I just want to say it's great to be back here in Buffalo. I've flown all the way down from Calgary, and what I'm looking forward to most tonight is seeing some real good old-fashioned wrestling. I want to see some holds, and I think from looking at the roster, there's some really great young stars on the show, so it's going to be a great show tonight. Hope you enjoy it.
Okay, wrestling fans, I'm Pro Wrestling Illustrated senior writer Dan Murphy. Welcome to Ballpark Brawl 3 Canadian Carnage. My job here is to add a little bit of analysis, a little bit of insight, and a little bit of history on some of the matches you will be seeing on this DVD. Fans, it's a great night, a lot of great matches on hand. Let's go to the ring. For our first wrestling match here at Ballpark Brawl 3 Canadian Carnage, we have Jimmy, the Mouth of the South Hart, the legendary manager of champions, coming out to the ring with Johnny Puma. Johnny Puma, he's a Buffalo independent wrestler, a two-time Empire State Wrestling heavyweight champion. At Ballpark Brawl number 2, Jimmy Hart teamed up with Johnny Puma in a DJ challenge match. They squared off against the WGR 55 Morning Crew radio team and Rochester Independent standout Charisma. Here they are at Ballpark Brawl number 3, Johnny Puma and Jimmy Hart has a contract. We'll see what happens.
Johnny, because of that, you know I've managed some of the biggest names in wrestling, from Hulk Hogan to the Nasty Boys to Honky Tonk down to the Hart Foundation. Because of that, baby, I am going to offer you a contract here tonight, pal.
Jimmy Hart's offering Johnny Puma a contract.
Wow, Jimmy. I don't know what to say. This is not only the greatest moment in my career, but the greatest moment of my life. I mean, Jimmy, you're the man. You are the man, and to be with you and associated with you, I don't know what to say. You know what I'll do for you? Just to show you how much I'm worth and that I am the real deal. I challenge any sack of goo back there who wants to come out and challenge me.
So mean anybody, an extra added match? Anybody. I'll go for it, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what, Johnny.
Challenge.
But Johnny, as a lawyer, should advise you. Review the contract first.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart, together with Bret the Hitman Hart, they comprised the Hart Foundation, arguably the most dominant WWF tag team of the late 1980s. They were led to the tag team titles by manager Jimmy Hart, the man in the ring at this time. They won 2 tag team titles. Jim the Anvil obviously has a score to settle with Jimmy Hart's newest protege.
This is Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Having Bret Hart made me a multi-million dollars when I was with the WWF. How in the world can I turn my back on the Anvil? He's the greatest, baby. Oh, I love you, baby. Johnny, give me that contract back, you idiot.
I think Jimmy Hart has recognized his conflict of interest, and he's done the right thing.
Now Puma on the attack. Jimmy Hart took that contract out of Puma's hands, and now Puma's hung out to dry here. As he's going to have to take on the Anvil without the guidance of the manager of champions, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Well, we got us a match, Jim the Anvil Neidhart against Johnny Puma from local wrestling federation, Empire State Wrestling. He was at Ballpark Brawl 2, as Jimmy mentioned, and he's going to have to face the wrath of the Anvil.
Anvil taking a couple right hands upside the head from Puma. Now Puma back in the ring, trying to stomp down the 250-plus pound Anvil, now trying to choke him. But thus far, those punches and kicks ineffective as Anvil's still on his feet. trying to shake off the early onslaught of Puma, as you can see, having no effect on the Anvil. The Anvil just letting Puma choke him.
Puma may wear himself out too early as Jim just tosses him across the ring. And referee Mike Rosario administering the 10 count. Mike Rosario, also a local wrestler known as Hellcat, involved with Buffalo Championship Wrestling and NWA Upstate New York.
Now you can see Mike Rosario making the 10 count, but Anvil breaking it by pushing away. Referee Mike Rosario's Puma's taking his time on the outside.
Well, Puma's, I think he's confused, Scotty. I mean, he's brass enough to want to face Jim the Anvil Neidhart, but he knows now, I think now he's had time to think about it. The shock is worn off. He's got to go about this systematically. He knows he can't overpower the Anvil. He's going to have to try to out-strategize him, as they say.
Now Anvil, collar and elbow tie up, both men. Now Anvil back into the corner, and Puma back to those right hands to the side of the face, but again, Anvil, oh, did you see that forearm? Again, just taking Puma off his feet. Just crushing the sternum of Johnny Puma. And now, it looks like Anvil's got a handful of leopard G-string underwear. Oh, and he just gave a wedgie.
I think that was an atomic wedgie, Scotty Bender.
I'll give you that, an atomic wedgie.
Some proctologist in Western New York is making a lot of money tonight.
Now you can see Puma not just trying to get to the ropes to break the hold, but to save his own life. Is now he's in the grasp of the Anvil. Now the Anvil going to put a boot in between the legs of Puma. As you can see, Puma pleading with the Anvil and the fans behind Jim Neidhart. Puma with both hands in the air, begging the Anvil. Now the Anvil, little shuffle step. All right, to the lower abdomen.
The lower abdomen. Oh, that waist area is going to be hurting Johnny Puma on both sides tonight, fans.
Now Irish whip by the Anvil, catching Puma with a clothesline. Now down for the count. 2, 3, it's over. It is over.
Your winner, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, once again under the guidance of Jimmy Hart.
Scotty Bender, in my opinion, Jim the Anvil Neidhart has never been in better shape than he was today here in Buffalo. Johnny Puma, a game effort, but really no match for the savvy veteran Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And by the way, you don't see too many wedgie spots worked in the wrestling matches, but a savvy pro like Neidhart was able to pull it off.
Ballpark Brawl 3, I'm Tom Galley. The wait no longer. We're about to find out who the best there is tonight right here in Buffalo, New York. One of the best is with me right now. The champ, completely Cody Steele. How you doing, champ?
Did I say you could touch my belt? Did I say you could touch my belt? No. That was a terrible introduction. Now let me introduce myself. I am the Neo Spirit Pro Wrestling Independent Champion. I am completely Cody Steele. You know why they call me completely Cody Steele?
What?
I'll tell you why they call me completely Cody Steele. Because I'm completely athletic, completely entertaining, completely sexy. And tonight, Ballpark Brawl 3, Canadian Carnage, I'm completely prepared for my match with Danger Boy Derek Wylde. I got something up my sleeve. I got something ready for you fans tonight. I got the beautiful, sexy Jennifer Blake. Get over here, baby.
Jennifer Blake.
Cody, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I mean, I manage you and you're fantastic, but I also manage Derek. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, there's you and Derek and like, how am I supposed to make this decision? I have no idea what I'm gonna do tonight.
Folks, Derek Wylde.
You know what? Let me make the decision for you. You know what, Cody? Today, you're completely finished. You know why? Not only am I gonna end this title reign tonight, but I'm going to take Jennifer home with me. Come on, baby. I'll make up your mind for you.
Derek Wylde takes Jennifer Blake.
Shut your mouth.
Folks, when a man loves a woman, will it help in this wrestling match? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Let's go to ringside for the action.
Our second match on Canadian Carnage, Ballpark Brawl number 3, features two of Southern Ontario's top independent talents, completely Cody Steele and Danger Boy Derek Wylde. Both Steele and Wylde regularly compete for Neo Spirit Pro Wrestling based out of Niagara Falls, Ontario. They've been feuding for both the Neo Spirit Independent Championship and Grand Championship for almost 2 full years. In fact, just 1 week prior to this contest, they faced off for the independent title in a match in Niagara Falls. The match went 59 minutes and 55 seconds. Cody Steele was the winner of that contest. Now, in addition to the independent title, which is being defended in the United States for the first time ever here tonight at Ballpark Brawl number 3, they are also fighting for the allegiance of the beautiful Jennifer Blake. Jennifer Blake has managed both Cody Steele and Derek Wylde tonight. She's going to be forced to make a decision. Providing special commentary for this match is JT Playa, a former Neo Spirit champion who's wrestled both Cody Steele and Derek Wylde several times, is very familiar with both men's style, and provides a unique insight into their strategies. You'll want to keep your eyes open for Cody Steele attempting to use his completely finished finishing move and Derek Wylde's stunning sky drill press and inside-out bomb. Let's go to the ring.
We heard the pre-interview, JT. Jennifer Blake has kind of a conflict of interest. To quote the old 70s method, she's torn between 2 lovers. Who's she going to side with, Cody Steele or Derek Wylde?
Bender, what do you think, man? I have no idea personally. CCS is the main man champion for 11 months going straight Neo Spirit Pro Wrestling. Oh, man, 11-month title reign. I'd have to go put my money on CCS.
Derek Wylde dragging Jennifer away in the pre-interview, but surprisingly not out at ringside accompanying neither Derek Wylde or completely
That's
Cody
probably
Steele.
because Derek Wylde's a woman beater. He took her in the back. He probably done beat her up. That's the kind of human being Derek Wylde is.
Those are strong accusations, JT Player. You better be ready to back him up.
I got my lawyer. I call him. He lives in Florida. I got him on speed dial right now. You want to sue JT Player? Come on with it. I said, come on with it.
Well, I think your lawyer in Florida might be more worried with the tropical storms and the hurricanes that are going on, which reminds me, you know, we here in Buffalo, we take raps for our weather. And, you know, oh, tropical storm. You know, some people can't come up here. A hurricane can't come up here. We deal with blizzards in Buffalo, and we survive, people. Don't be such pansies down south.
On the way over, I walked over the bridge. I got trapped in 6 or 7 blizzards and 6 or 7 tropical storms all at the same time. It was crazy, man. Buffaloes, a stampede of buffaloes on the way to the stadium, man. What you talking about can't make it. Bender, you're one of those people that wuss out if you got caught in a little rainstorm, a little thunder shower.
I weather all storms. I am a wrestling broadcast journalist, and I always show up to my commitments.
Well,
That's
you want to
awesome.
talk about storms right now? There's going to be a big storm in the ring right now. Here we go. Cody Steele getting set. 101 with Danger Boy, Derek Wylde. Here we go, Bender.
Cody Steele actually was trained by Danger Boy Derek Wylde. Kind of a mentor-teacher match here.
Another subplot to this match amongst the layers of subplots, which are piling up upon each other, much like pieces of salami upon a hero sandwich.
Salami, man, what kind of sandwich you got? I usually get like the BLT or get myself a steak sub or something. I don't know what Bender eats. Bender don't really need. All the food Bender gets usually in liquid form, and it usually comes in yellow.
Well, anyway.
Beer. He's got a problem, man.
Well,
Bender,
we
look at you.
won't discuss that here, but let's talk about the match here. First of all, I must say, a Canadian referee, Matt Young. JT, just briefly, because that's the guy that calls match. What are the differences and distinctions in the styles of Cody Steele and Derek Wylde?
Well, their styles are very, very similar. Of course, Cody Steele used more of a ground-based, not really an aerial style athlete, whereas Derek Wylde is more, I'd say, more of a rougher edge, rounder game. He not only used the ground, but Cody Steele would definitely be better on the ground. But Derek Wylde can leave his feet and fly into the audience if he has to. You've seen it against Teddy Hart. They're flying all over the place, man. That's probably the difference. More high-impact maneuvers will come out of Cody Steele, I'd have to say.
Derek Wylde wrestled Teddy Hart at Ballpark Brawl 2 in the first round of the Naturals tournament. Unfortunately, coming up a little short at the pay window, but he's here today to try to collect that independent championship, that Neo Spirit independent championship. And Cody Steele, a nice arm drag takeover by Wylde, but Steele matches him with an arm drag of his own. Now back to that side headlock. Wylde backs him in, whips him into the ropes. Shoulder block. Cody Steele gets the best of Wylde.
Well, here we go, off the rope, juking and jiving, baby. Ivan, take it away, man. What's going on?
Sunset flip, that's what's going on.
Only a 2 count.
Oh, we could have him here. 1, 2, man. Oh, Little's only got 1, 2. They're flipping and flopping all over the place.
A lot of near falls
Almost
early
had
in this
him.
contest.
Leg sweep, Bender.
Now Steele kicks out, jumps
Oh,
over.
oh, you see that? He done jumped the leg. Look out.
Oklahoma rolls unsuccessful. Now wheelbarrow Wylde rolls him up. We could be seeing new champion.
Oh, Ivan, he almost had him. Ivan, man, what do you think about that? That was crazy.
What tremendous chain wrestling. Cody Steele has to take a powder outside the ring. What a tremendous effort. But let's tell the folks here, you gentlemen were witness to a match between these two just recently in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, which was quite the marathon. Why don't you tell the fans about it?
Well, let me tell you, Bender and I were both in attendance. Bender was a little bit tipsy. I'm not too sure if I can remember what happened. But let me give you the skinny. Let me give you the lowdown. Derek Wylde and Cody Steele wrestled for the very same title they're wrestling for tonight. Cody Steele came up on top at 59 minutes and 55 seconds. That match was an hour long. Both men put their hearts and soul on the line and left it on in the ring. Bender, what do you think about that match?
It was a tremendous match. Both men had the opportunity to win. Cody Steele coming up with the inside cradle on Derek Wylde as time was about to expire. But they're going to have to do it all over again right here at Ballpark Brawl 3. Canadian Carnage as the title's on the line. Now Steele going to the left ankle of Wylde, trying to slow down that aerial attack. We know Derek Wylde can hit you from all four corners of that ring. He is an aerial specialist.
As you mentioned earlier, Scotty, he kept up with Teddy Hart for 15 minutes, and you have to be an aerial specialist to keep up with Teddy.
Now Wylde with a side headlock.
Derek Wylde moved his leg over, hooked his own back of his knee, pulled Cody in for a big-time headlock. That's a technical hold that Derek Wylde learned going through the ranks of pro wrestling. Let me tell you what, he knows all the holds. Here he goes, kicked him out.
Now Steele back to that left arm wringer on Wylde. Wylde now again breaking the hold, kipping back up. Now Steele turns him inside out, back to that left arm bar.
Very smart, working on one body part after another. First the leg, now the arm bar. And referee Matt Young has to check. You know, if enough pressure is applied, you can almost separate the shoulder, the AC joint there. Can possibly have a submission with this if applied right. I think if I were him, I'd use my legs, kind of like a Fujiwara arm bar, put more pressure on the shoulder, JT.
Very true. Hook the arm in Fujiwara. You guaranteed almost get him 95% of the time unless you can get him something to the ropes. There's virtually no escape from a Fujiwara arm bar. Of course, you've seen a lot of mixed martial arts experts coming in, using a lot of those holds that we invented here in pro wrestling, but pro wrestling is much tougher than those phony mixed martial arts fighters. Let me tell you what that's all about.
Now Wylde back in control again with a side headlock. Now back to ringing on that arm of Steele, bringing Steele to his knees.
Tit for tat, gentlemen. One for another. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And other metaphors I can't think of.
Oh, and there goes Wylde from the top rope, but
could be a gut buster coming up.
Oh!
Let me tell you what, I taught him that hold, and he executed it better than I could to perfection. Then took him across the ribs. Here we go. Good having one. Oh, no, only one can you see. He landed on his stomach from the moonsault. Then picked him up, dropped him right back down on his guts again for that big-time gut buster, Bender.
Now Steele choking Derek Wylde. Referee Matt Young making the 5 count. Now Steele getting on the fans here at ringside at Dunn Park here in Buffalo, New York.
Let me ask you, Joe, do you think it was too early in the match for Derek Wylde to try and go top rope? Don't you have to wear an opponent down more before you do that?
Personally, I think he should have softened him down a little bit. He should have softened him, worked on him a little bit more. That's why Cody easily dodged that moonsault and picked him up. Now he's in cruise control, as I like to call it right now, taking care of business.
These guys have faced each other so many times. There are no secrets. There are no tricks hitting up their sleeves. So Wylde tried to put this match away early, trying to catch Steele off guard. But unfortunately, there was no water in the pool as he was unsuccessful from that top rope.
Gentlemen, I've just been informed, 2 Canadian wrestlers, a Canadian referee, and I can't confirm this, but the Premier of the province of Ontario, Dalton McGuinty, is rumored to be in attendance today. He may have a vested interest in what's going on. Canadian politicians are here, so we hear.
Steele missing. Now Wylde, leg scissors takeover, hooks the legs. Oh!
Oh, but look right back to the guts. Dunn caught him. Dunn caught him good. Here we go.
Now Cody Steele with those rapid right hands to the midsection of Wylde.
Hammered away on his guts.
Taking a stroll in the park. Now the cover, Matt Young, 2. Oh, only 2.
Gentlemen, and you both know Jennifer Blake. What must be going through her mind as she's watching this backstage?
Well, let me tell you what. Mixed emotions. I don't know if she's managed both, man. Well, there's a little rumor going about some intimacy. Did I say intimacy on a DVD? Yes, I did. But who knows? I mean, you can never be too sure. That's why, like I said, I leave the women at home in the kitchen cooking me steak and eggs every morning, baby.
Now you can see Steele driving his knee into the back. Variation surfboard. Trying to rear back, but you can see Wylde fighting off. Trying to power out of the maneuver. Now to his vertical base. Oh, he misses. Tries to step on the toe, and now right to the midsection with some elbows, but Steele counters with a knee of his own right into the midsection of Wylde.
Look at the conditioning of both athletes. Both men very, very muscular, very strong. That's what all the athletes in Neil Spirit Pro Wrestling are very, very well conditioning. And these are two of the top right here at the Ballpark Brawl number 3, baby. Big time action.
We should mention Derek Wylde has appeared in NWA TNA in the past, so both these wrestlers are on the verge of national exposure through this match.
Oh, face buster!
And let me tell you something, Cody Steele has just recently come back from Nashville, Tennessee, from Florida. He done wrestled on TNA Impact. You believe that? Abyss. Oh, yeah. Both men, superstars, world renowned.
Steele with that face buster, planting Derek Wylde right in the middle of the ring. Now again, going to the midsection with those right hands, measuring Wylde as he backs him into the corner.
Was that the Mighty Taco replay?
That was JT player. You have a taco when you're done with this?
Oh, well, we're going to have 6 or 7 Mighty Tacos because they're so delicious. I can eat like 8 or 9 of them in a row.
Now Wylde to the top.
Oh,
he misses with that moonsault.
He done got his feet up, done kicked him in the ribs.
That move is scouted.
Here we go.
By Steele.
Oh, man.
Again, these two young lions know each other like the backs of their hands.
It's so these two have wrestled each other so often. I mean, they begin to anticipate each other's moves, but how much longer can this feud go on? I mean, they had nearly a 1-hour match, and they have this high-profile match here today for the title. I mean, how much more can these men take of each other?
Well, let me tell you, they'll take as much as they can get each other. As long as the independent title is on the line, that means competition. That means spirit. That's fighting spirit. And these men will go to the distance to battle each other to become champion. And Derek Wylde's had that belt on 2 occasions. Cody Steele, like I said, just a month away from holding from 1 exact calendar year. Can you believe that?
Any champion to hold a championship in this day and age, especially for a year, should definitely be congratulated. Now there goes Steele into the corner as he whips Wylde in, then drives a shoulder. You can see Steele now concentrating his attack, focusing on the midsection of Derek Wylde.
And I think, gentlemen, we see both wrestlers starting to pay the price
Got
now.
Oh, Derek Wylde up. Oh, duck the kick, look out. Oh, got him in the face.
Desperation times call for desperation moves, and Derek Wylde catches Cody Steele right in the back of the cranium with that kick.
Hey, double 10 count. What happens if his I guess Cody retains the title then?
Cody would, under Canadian athletic rules, Cody Steele would hold and keep the title. A rematch could be in the future, however.
I think, gentlemen, we're seeing both wrestlers. They went all out early on, a lot of 2 counts, reversals. I think we see them paying the price now. They're both worn out. 2 finely conditioned athletes, worn down. It's going to be a war of attrition. We use that term so often.
War of attrition!
But it's both are tired. One mistake could end it at this point on.
Oh, here we go. It is a war of attrition right now, baby. Here they go.
Both men fighting from their knees. The southpaw, Derek Wylde.
Fisticuffs!
Catching Steele with those left hands. Now goes to Irish whip him in, but Steele reverses and baseball slide Wylde out to the outside.
Oh, that slingshot!
Right over the top rope.
Almost like a version of a Hurricanrana slingshot him outside. Wait a second, there's something I gotta do that's really important. I gotta leave you guys right now.
What?
I gotta go help. I gotta help these guys out. I'm out of here.
Oh, and you can see over the top rope goes Wylde as he takes out Cody Steele with that sky driver, and it hits its mark on the outside. But how much did it take out of Wylde? You can see both men on the outside.
They're both out. The sky driver, sky dome press. I don't know what these kids call these moves anymore. I can't keep up with them. But referee Matt Young administering the 10 count. We could have a double count out. And again, if that's true, Cody Steele retains the Neil Spirit Independent title. Where did JT player go off to?
His pager was going up. I mean, people use pagers these days still? I didn't know that. But anyways, had to go find a phone booth. Now you can see, Steele doesn't see. Wylde is Wylde off the top rope with that spinning heel kick. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, new champion. Oh! Only a 2.5 by referee Matt Young.
And Cody Steele was so close to the ropes, he didn't know it. They were behind him. He could have easily reached over and broken the count. But again, fatigue is setting in. You're losing your sense of time and place. Disorientation might be setting for his wrestlers. And what's Derek Wylde doing?
Wylde going up to the high red district, but Cody Steele catches him out and throws him right off of the top rope. Steele landing on his torso and his face. 2. With that cat-like quickness, Cody Steele.
Was that a German suplex off the second rope?
You can see here Steele catches him, goes for a German, but actually follows through and turns Wylde inside out, landing on both his chest and face.
Well, you know, that wasn't a second rope German suplex. That was a second rope Canadian suplex.
Now you can see Steele trying to bring in Derek Wylde from the ring apron, trying to bring him in the hard way, but Wylde reverses, goes behind Steele. Now Steele goes behind, goes for a German, but Wylde stays on his feet, goes into a full Nelson. Steele trying now into a full Nelson of his own, trying to take over Wylde. Now Wylde slaps on a full Nelson again onto Cody Steele.
It's a full Nelson fest.
You can see Wylde trying to fight up. Oh, and you can see Steele with that full Nelson suplex taking over Derek Wylde. Only a 2 count. Completely Cody Steele looking a little frustrated as he was unable to get the 3 count onto Wylde after that full Nelson belly-to-belly suplex, dropping Derek Wylde on the back of his neck. Now you can see Derek Wylde hanging on for dear life, unable to get to his feet on his own. And now Cody Steele signaling for the sliced bread number 2. Walks the ropes. Wylde now kick to the midsection on his Steele. Picks him up. Steele stays on his feet. Kick to the midsection now again, going for the sliced bread number 2. But now Wylde reverses. We can be seeing that inside out bomb. But Cody Steele able to fight him off. Both men trying to go for their finishers. Cody Steele goes into the turnbuckle. Oh, and he hits it! He hits it, but he's unable to capitalize on the sliced bread number 2. Is finally making his way for the cover. 2! Wait a second.
It's Jennifer Blake!
The lovely Jennifer Blake. Cody Steele.
But he didn't cover. I think he would have
Cody
the 3
Steele
count.
had this match won, but Jennifer Blake finally making her presence known. Oh, now she just slaps Cody Steele. She has made her decision here tonight at Ballpark Brawl 3.
I hate when I get slapped by a woman. I mean, I hate when a woman slaps a guy in the middle of the ring.
You can see Cody Steele's not too happy. He went to punch Blake, but now Wylde reverses. He's got him up. Inside out bomb. Inside out bomb. 1, 2, 3, new champion.
Your winner and new Neo Spirit Pro Independent Champion, Danger Boy Derek Wylde. Ivan, what a match, and he did it with the help of Jennifer Blake.
Scotty Bender, 14 minutes and 9 seconds of action. These two went at it for 59 minutes last week. It's amazing what these two guys can do when they get in the ring together. And a Canadian title being changed on American soil. The irony, but this is why they call it Canadian Carnage, Scotty Bender. Jennifer Blake's role, though, I don't think her motives are as pure. I think deep down she knew somehow Derek Wylde was going to win, and she switched her allegiances. You can't trust women.
So Derek Wylde, the Danger Boy, not only going home with the new gold, but he's going home with the girl.
We have a new Neo Spirit Independent Champion.
If I could just have a couple of minutes here. I know sometimes the line between reality and wrestling is very fuzzy, but this is reality. Many of you may not know that Jennifer is my real life girlfriend. And right now, if you'll have it, I'd like to take the time in front of all these people, all you good people, to ask Jennifer if she will stop being my girlfriend.
Is he doing? No! No! Don't do it, Derek! You're freedom, man! You're
Baby,
freedom!
I love you.
Derek Wylde asking the beautiful Jennifer Blake to marry him right here at Ballpark Brawl 3 at Dunn Tire Park. Wow.
Derek, get a prenuptial agreement. You'll lose half your assets, Derek.
Ivan, what a way for Danger Boy Derek Wylde to celebrate his new championship gold by asking the beautiful Jennifer Blake for her hand in marriage, and she said yes.
How naive are you, Scotty Bender? Even more so, how naive is Danger Boy Derek Wylde? Jennifer Blake, obviously a gold digger, a woman of questionable virtue, He proposed to her. She said yes. But you know, if Cody Steele would have won the match and he proposed to her, she would have said no to Danger Boy Derek Wylde. Danger Boy, one piece of advice for you. Pre-nuptial agreement. Get it. She's going to take you for everything you're worth, Derek Wylde. Don't trust a woman. Don't trust a blonde. Don't trust a blonde woman in wrestling.
Regardless of Ivan and your insight here, we here at the Ballpark Brawl wish Danger Boy Derek Wylde and Jennifer Blake the best in their future endeavors.
I give it 6 months at the most, Scotty Bender. 6 months.
This is what I'm talking about. Y'all got one of the best. Nevertheless, blow, shaky, boom, shebang. Y'all can just sit back, relax, and watch me do the darn thing. This is what we're talking about right here. Jimmy Hart, Abyss, it's on like a pot of neck bones. I'm coming in, I'm taking that tournament, and I'm going straight to the top, just like I'm destined to do. One half part of the 3 Live crew up in Buffalo, bringing it, singing it, swinging it. Beware, coming for you. It's the remix.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a tournament match for the natural heavyweight champion.
Our next match on Ballpark Brawl number 3 is a semifinal match in the Natural Title Tournament. It features NWA TNA Man Monster Abyss, the man who beat Cody Steele in the tournament to advance to the semifinals, against Ron the Truth Killings. Ron Killings defeated Johnny Swinger to make it to where he is in this tournament match. Now, Ron Killings is a 2-time former NWA champion, a former NWA Tag Team champion, and, believe it or not, was once a WWF Hardcore champion. He's a man that many people had pegged as a favorite to win this tournament. However, very few people knew that Abyss would be entered into this tournament, Abyss being a mystery participant announced at Ballpark Brawl number 2. One thing to note is that this match is taking place inside a 16-foot square ring. With a ring of this size, it tends to favor the bigger man, who's able to often corral the smaller person, get him into the ropes, and prevent a wrestler like Ron Killings from using a lot of the high-impact maneuvers he typically uses. You'll see in the opening minutes of this match, it takes Ron Killings a few moments to adjust to this ring, and that gives Abyss some openings to get in some offense. Let's go to the match.
Natural heavyweight tournament match. The winner will be going on to the finals. And now you can see Ron the Truth on the second rope, trying to get the fans here behind him here at Dunn Tire Park in Buffalo, New York. Now Abyss, he's greeting the fans the way he wants to, and that's not very nice.
I got detention in 3rd grade in Catholic school for doing that. Wait a minute. What? Oh, that's what it means? Oh, I guess I see why they gave me detention. Referee Mike Rosario watching these two.
He's going to have his hands full with these two, and now you can see Abyss just throwing Ron the Truth to the canvas. The power of the monster known as Abyss, and now Ron the Truth onto the outside, taking a breather.
The winner of this match will face the winner of the match between Teddy Hart and we don't know who, because we don't know what Petey Williams' status is. And just to inform the fans who are listening, Petey Williams may be able to earn a spot in the semifinals if he defeats a mystery opponent. We don't know who that opponent will be, so Teddy Hart will be taking on somebody we don't know to face the winner of this match to crown the first ever natural heavyweight champion. And we see Ron Killings making a comeback.
Ron Killings with some right hands. Now trying to Irish whip Abyss across the way, but Abyss hanging onto the top rope. And now Ron Killings goes for some boots. Now another right hand. Now a little jiggle wiggle out. He catches him with a right hand. Now Ron the Truth again trying to whip Abyss in, but Abyss reverses, and the athleticism of Ron the Truth is going to come into play. Here as he catches him with a spinning sabot kick, taking Abyss off of his feet.
And he's got to stay on him. He can't let Abyss get a breather. He's got to stay on him, and he's doing that right now.
Right between the legs goes Ron the Truth. He's going to take this big man down one way or another.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Now Ron the Truth again on the attack, but Abyss reverses but gets caught with a boot by the Truth, and now the Truth using the ropes for momentum. Oh, nice spinning leg scissors takeover. It's again taking the big 7-foot Abyss off of his feet.
And Killings has to stay on. I think he realizes it. He has to stay on top of Abyss.
Abyss with an Irish whip, reversing.
There's Jimmy Hart.
And now Jimmy Hart finally putting his 10 cents into this match, and Ron the Truth gets caught with a big boot by Abyss after Jimmy Hatch distraction.
And you saw Jimmy, he denied to referee Mike Hellcat Rosario that he ever interfered in this match. And actually, from my angle, I'm not sure that Jimmy, I think he reached out. He might have missed him, Scotty Bender, for all we know. He might not have touched him.
Now those big X handles. Now a boot by Abyss. Now just to the blatant choke. As you can see, referee Mike Rosario trying to break with a 5 count. And Abyss, he's not one for authority. And now again on the attack on Ron the Truth is Abyss, catching Ron the Truth with that close fist. You can see him shaking off that right hand as he catches Ron the Truth right to the top of the head. And again, catching Ron the Truth. Might be doing his right hand more damage than good.
Hey, I just realized something, Scotty. Finally a match with all Americans in it. Except we don't quite know where Abyss is from. But other than that, we are Canadian-free for this one match. Not that there's anything wrong with having Canadians in the match, ladies and gentlemen. Let me assure you
of
that.
It is Canadian Carnage. And now Abyss getting his right hand blocked by Ron the Truth. And now Ron the Truth comes back with some right hands of his own. Abyss goes for a backdrop, but Ron the Truth trying to get him over with a sunset flip. And Abyss readjusting his weight. Oh, as he misses, as he tries to sit out right out of the chest, but Ron the Truth rolls out of the way. Now Ron the Truth into the ropes. Abyss hangs on. Oh, sidewalk slam.
And he planted him.
1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. Abyss was 1 second away from advancing into the finals of the Natural Heavyweight Championship.
And just like that, the momentum has shifted with that sidewalk slam. You can hear that all the way in Syracuse, New York, ladies and gentlemen.
The pace of the match slowing down as both men have endured a lot of punishment throughout this match.
And a slowed down pace, Scotty Bender, that favors Abyss. A slower pace, a more physical style. Not that round killings can't get physical, but this type of match definitely favors the power of Abyss.
Now Ron the Truth using the rope to get to his vertical base. Now the Truth goes into the far corner. Abyss is eyeing him up, comes rushing into the head of steam, and now catches him with a splash in the corner. Taking the air right out of the lungs of Ron the Truth. Ron the Truth is a sitting duck as Abyss comes steamrolling in, crushing Ron the Truth in the corner. Now dragging Ron the Truth up, whoops him into the far corner. Again, measuring Ron the Truth. You could be seeing that splash into the corner, but no one's home as Abyss goes in crotch first. As Ron the Truth barely escaping.
Well, what we
that
see
splash a second time.
Scotty Bender, sorry to cut you off, but what we're seeing tonight, again, this is the full employment act for urologists and proctologists across Western New York. Nether regions are being injured all across the place, and Ron Killings is using this opening to his advantage.
The window of opportunity is cracked for Ron the Truth, and he's going to try to slither through. Catches him with a boot. Oh, and then that X kick. That running X scissors kick.
But Abyss keeps getting up, Scotty Bender. He keeps getting up.
And now both men out to the outside. Again, if both men are counted out, they will not advance in this tournament, making Petey Williams' match that much more important later on.
So are you saying, Scotty Bender, that if it's a double DQ or a double countout, both men are eliminated?
I am saying that.
Are you right when you say that?
I've talked to the Ballpark Brawl committee here, and a double countout would mean both men would not advance in the tournament, thus making the later match a championship match.
Well, until I see the paperwork, Scotty Bender, I'll believe it then. No offense intended.
Now you can see referee Mike Rosario making that 10 count. Both men ignored it now, finally.
What?
Rosario counting out both Abyss and Ron the Truth. As Ron the Truth was choking. Killings on the outside, and now everyone scrambling at ringside as Abyss is on a tear, and now both men continue to battle after the ring bell has been rung, and both men disqualified.
A wrestling referee has actually enforced the rules? What the heck is going on here?
Referee Mike Rosario ordering both men to the back, thus both men being counted out. They will both be eliminated from the natural title tournament. Wow, what does that mean for our upcoming matches?
I'm just shocked that we actually had a double count out. Both men refusing to go back without fighting still, as you can see now. Abyss choking Ron the Truth on that metal barrier. Jimmy Hart telling Abyss to continue his onslaught onto Ron the Truth, but Ron the Truth continues to fight back. He's still got a little gas left in the tank, and you can see now with an explosion of right hands sending Abyss back to the dressing room area as referee Mike Rosario follows. Double disqualification, double count out.
Teddy Hart has a free ride to the finals now. But who will he face? Will it be Petey Williams, or will it be that mystery person that we don't even know about? And I guess the fact that we don't know about him makes him a mystery person. What's going on, Scotty Bender? Help me! Say something, Scotty! Come on, Scotty, what's going to happen?
Both men have been counted out and are no longer in the tournament for the Natural Heavyweight Championship.
Folks, an individual who we thought we wouldn't be seeing again at this Ballpark Brawl is back. I guess he has a message and he has an opinion he wants to express right now. Petey Williams, welcome back to Buffalo.
Tom, we don't have any time for what? I have a buddy here. Come here.
Referee?
This is the referee from my last match with Julio De Niro.
I remember.
Do you remember what happened?
Well, there was some controversy there.
Controversy on my shoulder being off of the mat for the 3 count, right?
Well, there's close counts in football,
I know, there's
baseball,
close counts
everything.
in baseball, basketball, hockey, everything, football. But the fact of the matter is, they don't have instant replay.
That's right.
And you do. Watch. Hey, Bobby, up there. Play the footage right now. Right? Okay, good. Okay, and you see right there that 1, 2, 3. See, no 3 count. My shoulder was off of the mat.
Like I said, there's close counts in everything. Hockey, football, you name it.
All right, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm back in the tournament. And I don't care if my opponent is Teddy Hart, Abyss, Ron Killings. The fact is, I have one thing that nobody else has.
What's that?
The flip pile driver, the Canadian Destroyer, the CD, and it doesn't matter because any 3 of them can receive it tonight.
You know what? I don't think it's any of them.
What? Wait a second.
What's he talking about, any of them?
Folks, I think we might have a mystery opponent on our hands, and Petey Williams has no idea. Let's go back to ringside and find out who will be facing Petey Williams right here tonight in Buffalo.
Buffalo, New York.
A lot of raspberries from the crowd here towards Petey Williams.
Giving him grief.
What is wrong with you people? Hey, listen, you guys can chant USA all you want. But the fact of the matter is, we all know what the better country is. Canada.
I necessarily agree with that.
I'm the real legend here. I'm the best there is. I'm the best there was, and I am the best there ever will be.
I think that's wrestling blasphemy, Scotty.
We know Bret Hart's in the back.
You people from Buffalo, you Americans, you can chant USA all you want. We know Canada's the better country. We have better beer.
Sometimes.
We have better looking women, I know that for sure.
Well, compared to Buffalo, I have to agree with him.
And look at you drunken slobs. What is this? We don't have this crap in Canada. And I don't care. I have some big mystery opponent tonight. Hey, big deal. I don't care if it's Bret Hart himself. Bring him on. Oh.
Bret Hart references from Petey Williams.
Petey, your competitor in the next match is the son of the legendary British Bulldog,
What?
6'5",
Wait a second!
217 pounds.
Holy
Mickey,
surprise,
Mickey
Batman!
United States debut from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Harry Smith.
Our next match is another semifinal bout in the natural heavyweight tournament. It's Petey Williams against Harry Smith. Harry Smith is making his U.S. singles debut here in Buffalo, New York as part of Ballpark Brawl number 3. He's facing off against Petey Williams. Petey Williams was reinstated back in the tournament thanks to the efforts of Scott D'Amore and his letter writing campaign. Harry Smith was also battling a little bit of jet lag. One day prior to this event, he successfully defended the Stampede Heavyweight Championship belt in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, caught a red-eye flight to Buffalo, where he arrived here at the stadium just moments before the doors opened and Ballpark Brawl number 3 began. It's going to be a match of Harry Smith using his natural size and strength against Petey Williams using his guile, using his technical know-how, and attempting to use his Canadian destroyer. Let's take it to ringside.
He trained under the late Stewart, his grandfather. And look at the size advantage he has over Petey Williams. Harry Smith is here. What's going on?
Now you can see Petey Williams using the ring ropes to break the momentum of the mystery opponent. The big surprise here, Bulldog Harry Smith. Nice amateur takedown there by Harry Smith as the Petey Williams goes to the bottom rope.
And note the boots, a tribute to his late father, Davey Boy Smith.
Now both men collar and elbow tie up.
Petey Williams can't do a collar elbow tie up. He's a foot shorter than the man, for crying out loud. Petey Williams has to adjust his game plan here. He has to get Harry Smith, chop at the legs, get him off his feet. I mean, Scotty Bender, so often we talk about wrestling being balance and leverage. Balance and leverage. It's out the window right now. Petey Williams has to out-strategize Harry Smith, if I can say that word, and I can say it, ladies and gentlemen. And do that, an arm wringer by Petey Williams.
Now Petey Williams trying to take over on the big man, but now Harry Smith reversing with an arm wringer run. Now nice wrist lock rollover. And now Petey Williams trying to break the hold again using the ropes. Clean break by Bulldog Harry Smith. I can't get over the son of the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, is here at Ballpark Brawl 3. And he is the mystery opponent of Petey Williams, and now test the strength.
Petey, what are you doing? Test the strength. He's a foot taller, Petey.
Now top wrist lock being applied, but now hammer lock by Harry Smith. Both men exchanging grappling holds.
And actually, Harry Smith, you mentioned it, he is using good grappling mat techniques there. As you see, Petey nicely reversed that with a side headlock of his own. But Harry has shown himself to be a very good mat wrestler so far. And he reverses that very well.
Nice arm drag takeover into an arm bar. Trying to slow down the aerial attack of Petey Williams, who's going to have to rely on a lot of high-risk maneuvers to take the Bulldog Harry Smith off his feet. As you said earlier, he's a foot taller. He's got the power. But the one thing he doesn't have is the experience that's in Petey Williams' corner.
Or the speed of Petey Williams.
Now Petey Williams going to those legs, like you alluded to earlier, Ivan. Harry Smith misses with a roundhouse kick, but now Williams stays on his feet. Kick to the midsection by Harry Smith, whips Petey Williams in. Hip toss, takes Williams off his feet, now follows up with a nice arm drag takeover. I might add a nice deep arm drag takeover.
A la Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He went down low for that. Yet, I got to give it to Harry Smith. He has the classic influences. He has the pedigree, but he knows you can't make it on name alone. You've got to earn it in this business. And by I mean the business, I mean this industry we know as pro wrestling, our great sport.
Harry Smith debuting here in Buffalo. And if that's not enough, debuting at Ballpark Brawl 3 with the hitman Bret Hart watching in the back. And now Petey Williams going up to the second rope. Now asking for a test of strength. He's got a little more height now that he's up on the second rope.
A good move by Petey Williams. He's a foot taller than Harry Smith. Good move by Petey.
Next, he might be asking the ringside attendants for some telephone books. And now Harry Smith drags him off the top, the second rope. And now again back to that perfectly executed arm drag takeover into the armbar. Just applying pressure to the left arm and shoulder of Petey Williams. Now Petey Williams knee to the midsection, follows up with a forearm Legal maneuver. Smith reverses, whips him into the corner, then fouls up with a roaring elbow. Now whips Petey Williams into the opposite corner. Smith takes a little too much time. Oh, and he misses with that big boot. Misses its mark, and now Petey Williams goes to the left knee.
And he's taking the wheel out of Harry Smith. This is the advantage Petey Williams is looking for, and Petey simply must capitalize on this, Scotty.
Chopping the big tree down known as Bulldog Harry Smith. Now working on that left knee and ankle. Bringing him down to his size and now driving a knee into the back of Harry Smith. He's sent that drop kick.
He's working on the anterior cruciate ligament of the left knee of Harry Smith here. Smart move by Petey Williams. Very smart wrestling. If Harry Smith can't stand up, Scotty, his height advantage is negatized. All for naught. And yes, negatized is a word.
Now snapping that knee again. You can see Harry Smith grimacing on the canvas as Petey Williams relentless on that attack. Now doing a variation.
It's like a figure four almost.
Figure four, but taking his left foot and driving it into the right knee, adding pressure, trying to make Harry Smith submit. Now just rearing back, trying to snap that knee of Harry Smith, the son of the late great British Bulldog, Davy Boy Smith.
Harry's got to watch. It was almost counted there. What's going through Irish Michael Shea's mind? I mean, he has to be really careful on how he handles this Petey Williams situation after the last match with Julio De Niro.
He cannot be intimidated by Petey Williams. He's got to call it right down the middle. He cannot allow Petey Williams to get into his head. And now again, right back to the knee goes Petey Williams.
And now instead of working on the ACL, he's working on the medial collateral ligament. Both sides of the knee. Petey Williams is like a surgeon trying to dissect the knee of Harry Smith. Very smart wrestling by Petey Williams.
Now with that ankle lock, he rolls over Harry Smith, looking for a submission. And if he gets the tap out by Harry Smith, he will move on to take on Teddy Hart. But wait a minute, Harry Smith reverses. Schoolboy roll up, 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Oh, and now Williams right back again to that left knee.
It was a drop knee hold. I haven't seen that in years.
Now to that one-legged variation Boston Crab, and Harry Smith breaks it by going to the bottom rope.
Scotty, it's not a Boston Crab, it's a Canadian Crab.
At least here today, we're at Canadian Carnage, fans, in Buffalo, New York at Dunn Park, Ballpark Brawl 3. And we're into our final round match in the natural heavyweight title tournament. The winner will go on to face Teddy Hart in the finals as Abyss and Ron the Truth were counted out, both eliminating those two combatants.
I mean, I'm a little worried for Harry Smith here. I mean, not so much for the match, but he suffered severe damage to that knee. I mean, even if he wins this match, what condition will he be in to wrestle in the finals of this tournament?
Petey Williams is going to make sure, if he does lose this match, he's going to make sure Harry Smith doesn't make it to the finals. And now using the middle rope to stretch out that left knee. And now again, like a pit bull, Petey Williams all over that left knee, now driving his own knee into the left knee. Petey Williams, like a shark sensing blood. Harry Smith has not had much offense since Petey Williams took over on that left knee. Now he goes rushing. No, but Harry Smith catches him with a big boot. Now he got Petey Williams underhooks him in. Oh, but Petey Williams hangs on, grabs the rope. 1, 2, wait. But referee Mike O'Shea catches Petey Williams, and now Harry Smith drags him over into a pinning combination, only a 2 count. Oh, that Japanese arm whip. Leg whip.
Arm, leg, same thing, Scotty, but it doesn't matter. But he's working that injured left knee.
Oh, now he catches him.
Nice enziguri by Harry Smith. I can't believe the resiliency of Harry Smith. You see he's favoring that leg. He's basically wrestling on one leg.
You can see that enziguri.
Okay, go ahead. I know what you're thinking. One leg, Zach Gowen. I know what you're thinking, people. It was unintentional. I didn't mean to insult anybody. Just because Zach Gowen stiffed on the last Ballpark Brawl, that doesn't mean anything bad about him.
Now Harry Smith fighting back with those elbows, blocking the right hands of Petey Williams now. Knife edge chop. Catches Petey Williams right across the chest. Now he goes in. Oh, catches him with an elbow. Momentum's got a change of addresses. Nice European uppercut by Harry Smith as he's a house of fire. He's fighting off the pain in that left knee. He knows he's got to move on in this tournament. He's got to not only show the people here in Buffalo, but again, he's got the hitman Bret Hart in the back. I am sure watching this match very closely. Oh, power slam. Cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count.
I've seen that type of power slam before. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree when it comes to Harry Smith.
Harry Smith. Again, fighting off that knee injury that Petey Williams inflicted on early in this match. Oh, belly to back suplex. The body is not meant to fold that way. 1, 2. Oh! So close, but yet so far. As now the Bulldog, Harry Smith, could be calm for the end, could be calm for that Emerald Frozen. One of his finishing maneuvers. Or the running stampede power slam. Here we go. If he hits it, it's going to be the end of Petey Williams, but Petey Williams is able to get out of harm's way. Russian leg sweep.
Canadian leg sweep, Bender.
2. Oh, only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. Harry Smith tried hitting that running power slam, reminiscent of his father. Petey Williams was able to get out of harm's way. Now boot to the midsection. We can be seeing the Canadian Destroyer, but Petey Williams is backdrop, but stays on his feet. Oh, Enziguri catches Bulldog Harry Smith. And now Petey Williams. Oh!
Spinning backbreaker.
It's over! It is over!
What an upset! Harry Smith, your winner, and he moves on into the finals for the Natural Heavyweight Championship.
An amazing match, an impressive performance by both wrestlers, Scotty Bender. Scott D'Amore's backhanded tactics to keep Petey Williams in this tournament backfired. But look at it. Petey Williams, Canadian. Harry Smith, Canadian. Referee Michael Shea, Canadian. Scotty Bender, I don't know if we said this before, but I've never seen an influx of so much Canadian hostility on these American shores since the War of 1812. He's not going to try the Canadian Destroyer on Harry Smith. He's a foot bigger than him.
Wait a minute, Teddy Hart, he comes out to save his opponent in the finals.
Not only his opponent in the finals, his cousin, Scotty Bender.
Teddy Hart out to help out Bulldog Harry Smith. As Petey Williams was going to apply that Canadian Destroyer, that sunset flip pile driver.
Of the Natural Heavyweight Championship.
The trademark moonsault off the top by Teddy Hart. And what a match we have in store for you fans later on. The finals of the Natural Heavyweight title. Teddy Hart versus Bulldog Harry Smith.
Sportsmanship and referees enforcing the rules. What more is going to happen here, Scotty Bender?
Hi, my name is Nattie Neidhart, and I am so excited because my dad, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, just won his match. And my uncle Bret the Hitman Hart is going to be here tonight to watch me annihilate Tracy Brooks. Yeah, baby.
Excuse me. That's TNA babe, Tracy Brooks. That's right. I'm the ultimate babe of TNA. I am the real TNA of NWA TNA. And tonight, I'm going to prove to you why I'm not just another pretty face.
Oh, the Tracy Brooks that manages... Who is it that you manage? I didn't quite catch that.
Michael Shane and Frankie Kazarian, co-ex-champions. They're going to be the future tag team champions of NWA TNA, future heavyweight champions.
Oh, you guys do the shows down in the arenas in front of the flea markets.
It's not a flea market.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. Flea markets are very nice places. Did you get your outfit there?
It's not a flea. This is original. It's not a flea market. I don't wrestle in a flea market. I wrestle in a real. It's not a flea market. It's not a flea market.
Tracy, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I enjoy shopping at Walmart myself. But you know what? Tonight, it's gonna be nasty. Yeah, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match is the ladies' match.
Obviously, this women's match, things got very personal between Tracy Brooks and Nattie Neidhart. Like Harry Smith, Nattie Neidhart is making her U.S. debut here in Buffalo as part of Ballpark Brawl number 3. She obviously angered Tracy with some of her comments about NWA TNA. This match pits Nattie Neidhart's natural strength against Tracy's experience. One of the things that you want to keep an eye out for is referee Matt Young. Matt Young, we've got a new appreciation for the art of distracting a referee. He was obviously the real winner in this contest. Let's go to the ring.
I see your point. What's Tracy Brooks got that Nattie Neidhart hasn't got? And vice versa. And the other way around, too.
Referee Matt Young checking the ring gear of Nattie Neidhart. Now Tracy Brooks taking her time on the outside. Now finally Tracy Brooks making it in as Nattie Neidhart doesn't see her. She attacks her from behind with a double axe handle. Now dragging back the hair on the Nattie Neidhart. Taking her to the canvas, now choking Nattie Neidhart.
Matt Young never had the chance to pat them down. I mean, check them for foreign objects. This is a travesty. Once again, the referees are being screwed for doing a good job.
Now Tracy Brooks slapping a show of disrespect to Neidhart, and now Nattie Neidhart with some open hands of her own, backing up Tracy Brooks. The power definitely in the corner of Nattie Neidhart, but she gets caught off of her feet with that shoulder block. Now Tracy Brooks running the ropes. Roll through. As Nattie Neidhart leapfrogs her over, then takes her over with a hip toss. Now Nattie, arm drag takeover on Tracy Brooks. Drop kick hits its mark. Now Tracy Brooks is trying to get out of the ring and
overhead camera, overhead camera, where is it?
Now Brooks able to get to the outside, slowing down the momentum of Nattie Neidhart. And there goes Nattie Neidhart, baseball slide out to the outside, catches Tracy Brooks, and she goes into that steel metal ring barrier. And now cat and mouse, here we go. Where they'll stop, nobody knows.
It's cat and cat. It's a cat fight.
Oh, and now Tracy Brooks into the arms of referee Matt Young as he just
What are you
drops
doing,
her.
Matt? People would have killed to be in your position, Matt.
Now Nattie Neidhart on the attack with those right hands. Closing the fist now and delivering those stiff hands right to the top of the forehead. Now Tracy Brooks goes to the eyes of Nattie Neidhart.
By the way, Scotty, was the irony of that baseball slide lost on you, the fact you were in the baseball state? Oh, never mind, call a match.
Now Tracy Brooks again to the choke, to those blatant two-handed choke, and now draping her shin across the throat of Nattie Neidhart. Oh, did you see that? She's got Matt Young distracted. Hello.
Distracted is an understatement.
2. Only a 2 count.
Did I mention I wish it were Matt Young right now?
Now Brooks backing up Nattie Neidhart with those double-edged chops. Now driving a shoulder right into the midsection of Nattie Neidhart. Oh, she goes rushing in, but Neidhart moves out of the way. Roll up 2. Oh.
A schoolgirl roll up, Scotty Bender. We're making up as we go along, as we usually do, but what a great move. Almost got the pin there.
Now Tracy Brooks taking her boot and driving into the esophagus, into the windpipe of Nattie Neidhart. Now choking her on the top rope as referee Matt Young tries to make the 5 count. Now just ripping her fingers across the face.
She was pulling up with her nostrils. And didn't Tracy Brooks grow up in a pig farm? I'm not making this up. That's true, isn't it, Scotty?
Absolutely true. A pig and chicken farm. Now unable to hold Nattie Neidhart down for the 3 count. Now dragging her up by her blonde hair, drives her head into the top turnbuckle. Now again, taunting the fans as she's delivering punishment to Nattie Neidhart. Now over to the other corner to the top ring. Now drapes her throat along the bottom rope, just choking Nattie Neidhart. That has been her most effective offensive maneuver, choking Nattie Neidhart throughout this match. You can see her, she's hung up on the bottom rope. Oh, and now she goes in, driving a double knee right into the back of the neck, adding pressure to the throat.
Did you say Tracy is hung? Oh, hung up on the rope. I'm sorry, never mind.
Now taking that hair, now swings her around and just drops her right on her face.
Well, I would have thought, Scotty Bender, that Nattie Neidhart would have had the power advantage here, but Tracy Brooks, who is, I guess, the veteran in this match, showing Nattie Neidhart a thing or two.
Nattie Neidhart, just fresh off of a tour in the United Kingdom, flying directly into the Ballpark Brawl here in Buffalo, New York.
Nattie can fly.
Now roll up here, only a 2. Tracy Brooks stops her though with a axe handle right across the back. Double axe handle. Now again using the hair against Nattie Neidhart, driving her head with a face buster into the canvas. Now the cover, sloppy cover, referee Matt Young making the count. Only a 2.5. Half a second away.
Nattie is having her throat and face worked over by Tracy Brooks very effectively, cutting down the oxygen supply. Nattie may run out of gas pretty soon here if Tracy can keep up with this very effective strategy.
Now Brooks goes back in again. Now Nattie Neidhart. Brooks took a little too much time with those knife edge chops, now driving those knees into the midsection. She goes back in, holding Nattie Neidhart at bay into the corner. Now takes her out, goes to Irish Whipper into the opposite corner, driving the back into those turnbuckles. Now Brooks comes rushing in, oh, but Neidhart meets her with a boot to the face. She goes rushing again, oh, now gets caught with an elbow. But she's still on her feet. Now Nattie Neidhart absorbing all sorts of punishment as she is juicing up here. She has got a second wind. She is re-energized. And that does not bode well for Tracy Brooks as Nattie Neidhart's just unleashing with a fury of right hands to the top of the head of Tracy Brooks. Now whips her in. Oh, clothesline takes Tracy Brooks off of her feet. Now we're again driving those right hands to the top of the head of Tracy Brooks. Now a forearm right to the back. Nattie Neidhart now whips her in. Catches her with a running clothesline. Taking Tracy Brooks out of her ring boots.
My God, she's just like her father. You see Jim the Anvil Neidhart's influence. What's she doing?
Oh! Michinoku driver hits its mark.
Never saw the Anvil do a Michinoku driver.
Leg drop. Those big muscular legs of Nattie Neidhart comes crashing down across the face of Tracy Brooks, but unable to get the 3 count.
Well, now we see the power of Nattie Neidhart. She's using it well now, but she's got to finish off Tracy Brooks. I still have to believe Nattie's a bit winded from that earlier attack in her throat. Double underhook, Scotty. What you gonna do?
Brooks comes rushing in, but Nattie holds her at bay with a wheelbarrow. Oh, right into a face buster. Dropping Tracy Brooks face first from the wheelbarrow position.
Tracy's face isn't damaged, is it, Scotty?
I don't know about her face being damaged, but her pride's going to be damaged if she doesn't win here. Ballpark Brawl. Only a 2 count.
Tracy holding on to Matt Young's chest.
As Mattie's trying to go for a German suplex. Unable to get Tracy over as Matt Young being used up as a pawn in this game. But Tracy Brooks misses with a wild left hand. Now German into a bridge. 1, 2, 3, it's over. It's over! Nattie Neidhart with a German suplex into a bridging combination.
Nattie Neidhart gets the victory over Tracy Brooks here in her American debut at Ballpark Brawl 3, Ivan.
Scotty, not only was it her American debut, it was also her inaugural match in America, and also the first time anywhere on this planet that she appeared on the same card as her father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And if you didn't know she was his daughter, I mean, my God, the genetics, the style, in-ring style, the personality. Nattie Neidhart is a roadmap of her father. Great victory for Nattie Neidhart.
Here we are with the Brawl architect, Christopher Hill, the man who put together the Ballpark Brawls, and the man who really put the Hart Foundation reunion together. You really got the ball rolling on this. What was it like working with the Harts?
It was an absolute honor to be able to work with the family, to be able to bring them in. It's not just enough. We had Jimmy Hart scheduled. We wanted to have Jim the Anvil. We wanted to have Brett more than anything else and be able to get them in the ring. This was the first time they were in the ring together in 15 years. And it was an absolute honor for me to ring announce that match, and also for us to be able to also bring the future of the Hart Foundation, the future of the Harts, into the Ballpark Brawl in Buffalo, New York. It was an honor to work with them, and it was a really great moment in the ring.
It was history in the making. Let's go to ringside.
It's a pleasure to be here tonight, and it's a special night for me. because as I remember things, and sometimes I don't remember things, but I think I had my last official match that I ever had my whole career was right here in Buffalo. And so it's nice for me to come back because I didn't have a very good ending. I think my last match was against Kevin Nash for Nitro. Oh, for me, I like this a little better. I appreciate the fact that so many fans still remember me. And I think that, it means a lot to me. I had a great career, and I was always really appreciative of all the fans that supported me and kept me going all these years. So I think that when I think back on my career and I think of myself, maybe right now it'd be just as easy for me to be up in Toronto selling myself for the SummerSlam. But for me personally, I would just as rather be right here in Buffalo with all you great fans. And it's nice of you to come out and nice of you to be here and support all these young wrestlers that are hoping to make it into the big time. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed it from the back there. And I want to do a little nostalgia here and invite some of my old buddies from the back. I want to invite Jimmy Hart to come out here with me. The Mouth of the South. This is a rare reunion.
Ivan, I'm sure the fans in attendance here at Ballpark Brawl 3 will remember the Hart Foundation reunion for a long time to come. It's been 15 years since Jimmy Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Bret Hart have graced the squared circle together.
Just want to say this tonight. For over 6 years in the WWF, which is now the WWE, I had the pleasure of managing and traveling up and down the roads with Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart as the Hart Foundation. And I was lucky enough to manage a lot of teams. I had the Roots Brothers, the Nasty Boys, Money Incorporated, but I'm telling you from my heart right now, baby, and I mean it, the greatest time I ever had in my life was when I managed the Hart Foundation. And Bret, like you always say, the Hart Foundation is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, baby.
You got that right, Jimmy Hart. You got that totally right. Though Bret and I, we've always had to kind of keep our eye on you just a little bit. But your tutelage has been tremendous. And just because Sports Illustrated Wrestling Magazine had rated Bret and I the best tag team in the last 40 years is not bad. But having Bret Hart as a partner has been a tremendous asset to my career, and I couldn't have asked for a better partner or a better manager. But we're the Hart Foundation, and we're the best.
God knows where we would have gone if we'd had Lou Albano, you know. Anyway, thanks for coming out tonight. Enjoy the rest of the show. I'm going to sit ringside, and I'm going to watch the next match, and I'm going to present a trophy to the winner of the next match. Thank you very much, Buffalo. It's great to be here. Thank you very much.
History being made here at Ballpark Brawl 3 is the reunion of the Hart Foundation. Bret the Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and their manager, the Mouth of the South.
Jimmy, Mouth of the South Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Scotty, so much history there. The time we are allotted cannot do justice to what we can tell the fans about what these men have done as a unit and as individuals. Personally, I really enjoyed this moment. It was great from both a nostalgic and historic point of view to see these guys in the ring once more.
Jimmy Hart and Jim the Anvil left to go to the back, but Bret Hart stayed at ringside, wanted to catch a closer view of the Natural Heavyweight Championship match between Teddy Hart and Harry Smith.
Our next match is the finals of the Natural Heavyweight Tournament. It's Teddy Hart, the enigmatic one, against Harry Smith. These are two guys who have known each other all their lives, both members of the famous Hart wrestling family. This match was named Match of the Month for August 2004 by the editors of Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. You'll see that Teddy Hart has an injured left ankle. He injured that in his incredible match against Danger Boy Derek Wylde earlier in the tournament. Now this match will feature the high-flying acrobatics of Teddy Hart against Harry Smith, who's using a lot of the ground-based power attack that his father, the late Davy Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, popularized back in the early 1990s. Astute observers may realize that the end of this match is reminiscent of the ending of the 1992 Match of the Year between Bret the Hitman Hart and the British Bulldog Davy Boy Smith from SummerSlam 1992 at Wembley Stadium. It's obvious that both Teddy Hart and Harry Smith are students of the game. They studied all the clips and they took all of their encyclopedic knowledge to the ring in this contest.
Teddy Hart showing no ill effects from that injury he sustained at Ballpark Brawl 2. And even if he is hurting, the endorphins are going to take over because he is in a high-profile match. He is in a title match for that natural heavyweight championship.
And with his uncle Bret Hart there, as Bret mentioned earlier, his last live wrestling match, broadcast live, was in Buffalo against Kevin Nash on Monday Nitro. He actually, also interestingly enough, he dropped the U.S. title in WCW to Bret Hart in Buffalo. I'm sorry, to Roddy Piper in Buffalo. So Bret Hart has a lot of history with Buffalo, some good, some bad. I just hope he can just kick back and enjoy this match between his two nephews.
Buckle your seatbelt, fans. It's going to be a very fast-paced match.
Will Scotty Bender? Can Harry Smith slow down Teddy Hart? I asked you that question, Mr. Bender.
Here we go. We're going to find out who the owner of the National Heavyweight Championship title is going to be. And now both men, here we go. Collar double tie-up. Teddy Hart backing off. Collar double tie-up again by both Smith and Hart. Hart trying to break the headlock with some rabbit punches. Now, Harry Smith hangs on, almost a pinning combination here. Both men rolling on the mat, now finally into the ring ropes.
Harry Smith, very smart, just holding on. If he gets in trouble, if Teddy starts to use his legs, Harry Smith just holding on to Teddy Hart.
Martial arts background of Teddy Hart. You see those kicks, and now Harry Smith side headlock, taking Teddy Hart off his feet. Now Teddy Hart rolling up Smith for a pinning combination, but unable to hold him down as Smith right back into that side headlock. Now Hart reverses with a leg scissors. Smith kicks out. Now back to the side headlock, taking over Hart. He's going to have to ground the air game of Teddy Hart. We saw Ballpark Brawl 2. What this man is capable of doing, it's almost inhuman.
It's inhuman. Anatomically, I can't believe the things he does. The way he lands on his feet with those backflips. It's unbelievable. The athleticism of Teddy Hart. But again, he is giving away a noticeable size and strength advantage to Harry Smith in this match.
And again, the Hitman Bret Hart at ringside will be presenting the championship to the winner of this match. You can see Harry Smith breaking Teddy Hart's leg scissors as he gets to the rope, and now front chancery being applied by Teddy Hart. Now goes to a side headlock. Referee Mike Rosario keeping a close eye on the action here. Now Hart takes him over. Nice reversal there, drop toe hold. Now working on the ankle of Smith. If Teddy Hart was smart, he'd go right to that left knee, the same left knee that Petey Williams tried to injure in the match earlier on. But now again, Teddy Hart makes it to the ropes.
Almost like a Fujiwara armbar there by Harry Smith. And Harry Smith, I think he knows that Teddy Hart realizes about the bad knee. And I think he's going to protect his knee. It's interesting, Scotty. Teddy Hart staying mat-based here. Not going top rope yet. Not throwing caution to the wind yet. And I have to say, the more this match stays on the mat, the more it favors Harry Smith.
Now both men circling each other, taking their time. Now locking up, but Teddy Hart pushes away Harry Smith. Now again, collar double tie-up. Oh! Did you see that uppercut by Hart? And now, oh, European uppercut by Harry Smith. But the only difference is he took Teddy Hart off his feet. Now measures him knife edge chop. Backing up Teddy Hart.
I think they've both forgotten that they're cousins. Now they know they're in a wrestling match.
It's not personal, it's strictly business. And there goes Teddy Hart over the top rope. Teddy Hart, wait a minute. Teddy Hart grasping that left knee and ankle. The same ankle and knee and leg that was injured at Ballpark Brawl 2. And now they've aggravated that.
It looks like he did, and now we'll see if Harry Smith works on Teddy Hart's injured body part. Both men are wrestling hurt, but that's the way it is in this business. Now, is that sincere or is that a little bit of sarcasm on Harry's part? I don't know.
But again, knowing the unorthodox style of Teddy Hart, he could be playing possum, luring in Harry Smith to a false sense of security. Now Harry Smith's trying to show some sportsmanship by shaking the hand of Teddy Hart, but he's having none of that. Oh, finally a handshake.
I'll tell you.
Both men circling.
Yeah, referee Mike Rosario's going to have his hands full with this one. And Rosario, we've known him as, roll up.
1, 2, double grapes. Amateur wrestling holding. Now again, both men relying on amateur mat wrestling skills here. Harry Smith gets over to the ropes, and now Teddy Hart threatening to punch Harry Smith, but clean break. Mike Rosario, your referee, right on top of the action, which he needs to be.
And he has to be. And Rosario, we know him. He's an independent wrestler who has held several local title belts. He laid down the law in disqualifying both, counting out both Killings and Abyss.
Which got them out of the tournament, which set this match up.
Exactly. And then we have to see how tight of control he lays down the law in this match, Scotty Bender.
Now standing hammerlock applied by Teddy Hart, but Harry Smith rolls to his hip, and there goes Teddy Hart to the outside.
Balance and leverage, Bender. We say it over and over again because it's true. Balance and leverage. Harry used Teddy Hart's own momentum against himself to throw him out between the ropes outside the ring.
Now Teddy Hart taking his time, re-entering the ring, and now Harry Smith again. Active sportsmanship, holding the ropes open for Teddy Hart for him to re-enter, but he just cursed at him. And now the backflip, and now Harry Smith catches Teddy Hart with a clothesline. Now Harry Smith all over Hart, whips him in. Oh my God, what a shoulder tackle. What a shoulder tackle. Now driving the knee into the top of the head of Teddy Hart.
What has to be going through Bret Hart's mind now? He knows the cousinly love is out the window now. This is a fight. I mean, does Bret think that this is just part of the game, the learning process for these two? Or do you think he's concerned for their well-being?
Harry Smith, little hip gyration, now taking Teddy Hart up.
Where have we seen that before, Bender?
Stall suplex. Letting all the blood rush to the head, and now finally releases and drops him on his back, and only a 2 count, but Teddy Hart rolls him back up into that leg scissors.
That standing suplex, just like his father, Davey Boy Smith, used to use.
That stall suplex. All the blood rushing to the head, making your opponent very dizzy, but Teddy Hart misses with a right hand and the Wakuza kick by Harry Smith catches Teddy Hart. Big power moves thus far, and now follows up with a leg drop. Bulldog Harry Smith using his size and height advantage thus far throughout the match. Cover again by referee Mike Rosario, make only a 2 count.
But all the effort and energy that Teddy Hart has to exert to get out of that cover. And again, he's giving away a sizable weight and height advantage. And it takes a lot of effort to get off from those counts. Those 2 counts aren't just meaningless, folks. Teddy Hart is expending a lot of energy. And he takes a vicious chop to the chest.
And another one backs up Hart. Now again, double chop by Bulldog Harry Smith. Now whips Hart in. Off the ropes, kick to the midsection. Drops Teddy Hart to his knees, now back up again. Hoists him up. Back to belly suplex, and he just folded him up like an accordion. Hooks the far leg, only a 2. Now to a rear chin lock. Chico's bearing down with all his weight. Harry Smith just spun Teddy Hart with that back-to-belly suplex.
As you saw on that replay, Teddy Hart landed squarely on his lower back, kind of clutched in the area of the L4-5 vertebrae there. I don't know, but maybe that disc is protruding on the nerve root or something. That could cause him problems later in this match.
Harry Smith now driving the back of the head of Teddy Hart into the canvas, then reapplying that rear chin lock. Harry Smith has thus far been able to keep up with Teddy Hart, showing shades of veteran excellence as he's been able to ground the aerial attack so far of Teddy Hart.
I mean, I realize we're in the middle of a championship match here, Scotty Bender, but I can't help but think that this is the first time we're seeing these two face off against each other. If they stay healthy, there may be several more encounters between these two as time goes on.
Oh, now Hart driving an elbow into the chin of Smith, but Smith again taking Hart off his feet with that powerful shoulder block, driving his arms along with his shoulders into the chest of Teddy Hart. Now dragging up Teddy Hart. Remember, Harry Smith already had to wrestle one match already. His conditioning is going to be in question. But thus far, conditioning definitely not an issue.
Teddy Hart so far has been like a bankrupt airline. He's been completely grounded. And this could be the crash landing. Harry Smith going top rope.
Harry Smith going to the top. Oh, but he misses with the leg drop from the top rope. Teddy Hart moves out of the way just a second too long as Harry Smith goes for that top rope leg drop but misses. And now we can see Hart hang out. DDT from the top rope. 2. Only a 2 count.
Well, that's why they call them high-risk maneuvers. Harry Smith rolled the dice and it backfired on him.
That spike DDT from the top rope. Now this is where Teddy Hart's at his best. Goes up to the top rope. Moonsault from the top rope. As he catches Harry Smith. But it looks like Teddy Hart might have injured himself on that move. He might not have completely caught it 100%. As you can see, he came down on the knees of Harry Smith.
But that moonsault, Scotty Bender, it wasn't off the corner turnbuckle. It was off the top rope itself. It was off the rope. Can you imagine the balance that you have to even get that move off, much less make it effective? I mean, Teddy Hart keeps showing something new to us every time we see him.
Now going up and over. Oh! 1, 2. Harry Smith gets to the rope to break the hold.
Good ring presence. He knew where he was. Why expend the energy of having to throw off Teddy Hart? Get your foot on the ropes.
That open heart surgery almost the end for Harry Smith, but he was able to get to the ring ropes to break the 3 count. Now Teddy Hart locks in, waist lock from behind, but Smith's able to counter. He goes behind. Northern Lights, 1, 2.
Teddy had his foot on the ropes. Again, good ring presence on Teddy's part.
Now dragging up Teddy Hart is Harry Smith. Locks him in, hoists him up on his shoulders. Oh, sit out power bomb. 1, 2. Did you see the power of that maneuver?
I saw the power. I felt the power. I mean, these two youngsters are wrestling like veterans. It has to be the genes. It has to be the heredity.
Now dragging up Teddy Hart is Harry Smith. Back him into the corner. Knife edge top, following up with a European uppercut. Now a headbutt. Devastating headbutt. Now whips Teddy Hart in, but Teddy Hart up and over, but up onto the shoulders.
Can we see
be seeing that running
slam?
slam. This could be the appear to the end. Oh, he hits it. We could be seeing a new champion. Oh, but Hart gets to the bottom rope. That running power slam by Harry Smith, but unable to get the 3 count as Teddy Hart was able to get to the bottom rope. I thought we saw a new champion, a new natural heavyweight champion right here.
Not only a new champion, but the inaugural champion, Scotty Bender.
Now backing up Hart, whips him in. Hart able to catch Harry Smith with a boot as he went for a backdrop. Now drives a shoulder to the midsection of Harry Smith now again to the top rope. Up and over. Goes for a sunset flip. But Smith hangs on. Now Hart rolls him up.
He got him.
It's over.
He got him.
It's over.
The winner and your natural heavyweight champion of the world, Teddy Hart! Oh, what a match, man. I mean, Harry Smith has to be disappointed. He must have thought he had it won after that running power bomb, but Teddy Hart got his foot on the ropes, and now we're going to see the presentation of the trophy to signify the first champion.
Your winner and the first ever natural heavyweight champion, Teddy Hart, crowned here at Ballpark Brawl 3 at Dunn Tire Park in Buffalo, New York, Ivan.
Scotty, 14 plus solid minutes of action there. Bret the Hitman Hart presenting the trophy to his nephew, his other nephew, Harry Smith, even after a hard-fought battle. Still a good show of sportsmanship on display. 3 members of the Hart family we talked about during the match, sort of a passing of the torch, if you will, from one generation to the next.
Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel, the self-proclaimed God's gift to professional wrestling. You'll notice as he comes out to ringside, he's got his left shoulder taped up. That's from an injury he sustained at a previous NWA TNA card. He's at less than 100%, and he's always got something to say.
A true ring general.
Ladies and gentlemen, make noise for God's gift to professional wrestling.
Christopher Daniels addressing the crowd here. Self-proclaimed.
And welcome to Buffalo, the home of some really bad athletes. I mean, first of all, you all came to see the Bisons today, and they won their game, but of course they won. They were playing Canadians. My little sister can beat Canadians. Play a real team. Then you got the Sabres. Really? 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 And then the coup de grace, the four-time losers, the Buffalo Bills. Well, Scotty, unfortunately, it's true. But Buffalo, your savior is here because TNA realizes that you need a real athlete in Buffalo. And so they've brought the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. He's here to save us. He's here to save us. He will single-handedly turn around this city's You're roads. too kind. You're too kind. Especially you, ma'am. Please sit down. Now tonight, you're going to see professional wrestling excellence as I fight a young man by the name of the Amazing Red. Now, Red is a great athlete, and one day when he grows up, he's going to be a heck of a wrestler, but he's just not in the league of Christopher Daniels, and that's the gospel according to the fallen angel.
Christopher Daniels always winning friends and influencing people here in Buffalo, New York. He's going to be squaring off against the Amazing Red, a man many people consider to be pound for pound the best independent wrestler in the world.
He's been an X Division champion. In fact, he just recently finished runner-up to Petey Williams in the gauntlet match to determine the new X Division champion. And we have quite a showdown here. Scotty, I mean,
two similar styles with these guys. Maybe Christopher Daniels a bit better at mat wrestling, but Amazing Red, I mean, he pulls moves out of nowhere. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here as Christopher Daniels limbers up in the cool evening breeze here in Buffalo, New York.
We've got the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, taking on Amazing Red. Here we go, both men. Amazing Red with a go behind on to Daniels, who's got that left shoulder taped up. Could be exposing an injury. Chain wrestling being displayed here. Now Daniels goes into the ring ropes, breaking the waist lock by Red.
I don't believe he's exposing any injury. Scotty, please keep in mind, we are in a baseball stadium. That's like the stuff they put under their eyes to cut down the glare. Christopher Daniels has the thing on his shoulder, the tape, to cut down the glare so it doesn't blind him during the middle of a match. That's what it is. I know for a fact.
Ivan, I'll take your word on it, but now Amazing Red working on that left arm and shoulder. Could be a ploy, you never know. I mean, Christopher Daniels, very cagey veteran. Longtime star on the independent circuit. Finally getting his just desserts. Finally getting the exposure that he deserves down in NWA TNA and ROH Ring of Honor.
Well, that's true. He's been everywhere. He did a brief stint in WCW. Rumor has it that he was in WWF as one of Los Conquistadors, who could have been one of the greatest tag teams of all time. There's also a brief stint in ECW. He's been around everywhere. He's still a superstar in Japan. And I think the more Buffalo fans get to know Christopher Daniels, the more they'll appreciate his in-ring style, and the more they'll realize that deep down he was right in his pre-match comments.
10-year veteran. Native of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Leapfrog by Red. Daniels goes for a hip toss, but Red reverses with an arm drag. Now another arm drag. Oh!
Elevation on a drop kick by Red in the cover. But what?
Daniels misses now. Red with a roll up. Referee O'Shea only a 1. Now Daniels scoops up Red, but Red hangs on. Rolls him up in a cradle. Only a 2 count. Fast and furious action here in this match.
Daniels looks a bit stunned that Red is able to keep up with him. And by the way, Red, Bender, you got me so confused now. Daniels is not from Fayetteville, North Carolina. He's from the City of Angels. We've said that already. Didn't you see the pre-match graphics? Oh, nice move. Good veteran move by Daniels.
My notes say Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Well, your notes are wrong, Scotty Bender.
Now Red using the ropes for leverage. Goes up high, takes him over with that leg scissors. That leg scissors whip takeover.
Again, he used Christopher Daniels' own momentum against him. Nice move there by the Amazing Red.
Now Daniels takes him into the corner. Knife edge chop follows up with a forearm. Now another forearm knife edge chop combination. Whips Red across the way. Goes rushing in, but Red raises the boot, catches Daniels. Now off the second turnbuckle, takes over Daniels. Nice leg scissors takeover again. Now Red dragging up the shaven head of Christopher Daniels. Now Daniels reverses, and then turns him inside out with that clothesline. Thought I saw Red's head in the first row.
Well, that would have been a decapitation. That probably would have been the end of the match. But seriously, Daniels working away. And again, you see the veteran experience, the savvy of Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels.
Now scooping up Amazing Red is Christopher Daniels. Taking a little too much time, finally making the cover.
I agree. You don't play up to the fans. You don't play down to the fans. You got to make the cover. It's all about winning the match.
Now Christopher Daniels scoops up Red, holds him up in a suplex. Stalling. Holding him up there. Perfectly vertical. Still holding on. Still holding on, Ivan.
We're into 20 seconds.
Oh, and finally drops Red right in the middle of the ring.
Exactly. Your watch is correct, Christopher.
That might be a record.
That might be. It's the longest stall suplex I've ever seen. And only a 2 count.
Again, there's this misnomer among so-called wrestling journalists and announcers that Christopher Daniels is a high flyer. He's not just that. He's a great mat wrestler, and he has surprising strength and power, as you saw just there.
Now with a wheelbarrow go behind, but Red rolls him up. Only a 2.
That was, of course, an ab narration there. But I like Red. He's very agile. He's a high flyer. And in his young career, he's had championship gold as well. And has he lost his bandana?
He's lost his bandana.
Will they stop the match so he can put it on?
Now Daniel's taking that bandana and mockingly, he's got his skull cap on. Mocking out Amazing Red. Taking way too much time, letting Red recover. Could be a big mistake. Reminiscent of Mr. Wrestling 2 with that high knee lift. Now again, just boasting to the fans.
Well, they ain't boasting if you can back it up, Bender. And so far, Daniel's in control of this match. But I agree with you. I think he's taking Amazing Red a bit too lightly. Abdominal stretch. You gotta love it. We're going old school.
Abdominal stretch being applied to the Amazing Red by Christopher Daniels. It's funny, as you alluded to earlier, Ivan, there is a misnomer. Oh, wait a minute, Red doesn't notice, but either does referee O'Shea that Christopher Daniels adding leverage to that abdominal stretch by grabbing the top rope, telling the fans to be quiet at ringside. I'm sure they're going to listen after he just ran down the whole town for about 5 minutes.
What, is it illegal to grab the top rope with an abdominal stretch?
It absolutely is.
Isn't there the Tony Marino sub-clause to the rules where you can use the top rope? I mean, I see Scott Hall use it several times.
Oh, wait a minute, Wylde O'Shea finally catches Christopher Daniels, and then Red follows up with a hip toss, breaking the abdominal stretch.
One thing I do like tonight, very activist refereeing.
Oh, rock bottom. Now Daniels going up to the second rope, to the top, springboard. Oh, beautifully executed. Moonsault. Hooks the leg, only a 2 count. Went from the second to the top. Poetry in motion. As Christopher Daniels, moonsault hits its mark.
Indeed it did, Scotty, but you saw in the replay. He landed squarely on the chest of Amazing Red, and Red has got to be winded right now.
Red hasn't had much offense in this match as Christopher Daniels has controlled majority of this bout. Now a right hand catches Red backing him into the corner. As you were saying, that misnomer about him being an aerial specialist. He's got that strong style. He's got that Japanese spirit. Now whipping Red across the way. Comes rushing in, but Red catches him again with a boot. Now to the second turnbuckle. Oh!
It's a tornado DDT off the top rope, and that planted Christopher Daniels. That just planted his forehead. Maybe even hit his nose, Scotty Bender.
That tornado DDT hits its mark. Oh, as you see that.
He did, but he could have broken or fractured an orbital bone with that.
Now Amazing Red showing some life with those right hands to Daniels, then follows up with an elbow. Oh, then that spinning heel kick catches Daniels. Now Daniels misses with the right hand. Oh, and then catches him with Insiguri. Standing Insiguri. Now hooks the far leg. Only a 2. Insiguri taking Daniels off his feet. And now that gives Red time to go to the top turnbuckle. As Daniels is on rubber legs. Oh, did you see the missile drop kick? One elevation. 1, 2. Amazing Red up where eagles fly as he connects with that missile drop kick.
Or where angels fall from, but the elevation is in his knees together. I mean, the impact. I never saw someone with a drop kick, his feet together so much, and it's almost like a punch to the face coming out of midair.
Kangaroo drop kick. Oh, and now Daniels catches him with a jaw jacker. Using his head, and now again follows up with a right hand to the back of the head. Misses with a clothesline. Red, oh! Kick right to the midsection, off the ropes. Red wraps him up, oh! Into that code Red! Only a 2 count.
I mean, the agility of him, code Red. I mean, a reverse leg scissors, spinning and bringing him down from behind. I mean, you see why now Amazing Red. He's held tag team titles in both Ring of Honor and WTNA. And he's just been in this sport a few years, trained by Mikey Whipwreck, who claims he's from Buffalo. There may be some truth to it, I don't know. But he's going top rope, and you never know what's going to happen when Red goes up high.
This is where he's at his most dangerous. He goes to the top. Oh, as he misses. Daniels takes advantage. the Angels' wings. Cooks the far leg. It's over. It's over.
Your winner, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Scotty, some memorable moments in that match. The stall suplex. Amazing Red kicking out of the best moonsault ever. But still, Christopher Daniels follows it up and wins it with the Angels' wings. But I gotta say one thing, Scotty Bender. One thing Christopher Daniels said in his pre-match promo was true. And I'm from Buffalo, I'm proud of this city, but let's face it. Our sports team's futility in championship matches. Buffalo Bills, 0-4 in Super Bowls. Buffalo Sabres, 0-2 in Stanley Cup Finals. The facts speak for themselves, Bender. I'm sorry, fans.
Actually, Ivan, behind us, that's a championship team.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event.
And now it's time for the main event of Ballpark Brawl number 3, the phenomenal AJ Styles, a 2-time NWA heavyweight champion and the linchpin of the always exciting and innovative X division, making his way to ringside.
But I can tell you, the fireworks are about to begin, which will light up the night sky of Buffalo.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I was in the back, and I heard a little something about Teddy Hart. You know, after he won the trophy. How about penis hole there, and I will.
Talking about Teddy
Fact
Hart.
of the matter is, Teddy Hart won a trophy tonight, and he said that he would defend it anytime, anywhere, any place. So, I talked to Sabu, and he thought that it was a good idea that Teddy Hart defend that trophy here tonight in the tables, ladders, chair match.
Wait a minute!
What do you think? Yes?
Teddy Hart's going to be asked to defend his newly won National Heavyweight Championship in this TLC match involving AJ Styles and Sabu? You've got to be kidding me!
Teddy Hart, anytime, any place, is now and here in Buffalo.
Anytime, any place, anywhere, the phenomenal AJ Styles threw down the gauntlet. Teddy Hart picked it up, coming down to ringside after wrestling that incredible match against Harry Smith earlier in the night. With that match already having happened and with that injured left ankle, let's see if Teddy Hart is up to the challenge of taking on the phenomenal AJ Styles and the legendary Madman Sabu.
Styles has made a challenge. And like I said earlier, anytime, any place, anywhere, anyone. So AJ, though I've already wrestled once tonight and won, I accept. I want this match. I want AJ Styles. I want Sabu for Buffalo. This is for you. My ball's on the line.
He's putting the title on the line.
Entering the match.
We've got the fire, now here comes the gasoline. It's the legendary, homicidal, genocidal, suicidal, human highlight reel Sabu, accompanied by Bill Alfonso. That's right, Fonzie was here at Ballpark Brawl. Nobody, not even the promoter, knew he was going to be here. They're coming out to the ring. It's going to be a wild TLC match. Styles, Hart, Sabu. Let's take it to the main event.
Tables,
ladders, and chairs.
What? Fonzie, how did Fonzie get into Buffalo undetected?
No, you can see Sabu and Bill Alfonso in the ring.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned that Bill Alfonso is here. When's the last time we've seen Fonzie?
And now Sabu, AJ Styles, and Teddy Hart are going to get ready for this match.
I mean, for those young fans who may be watching this, Bill Alfonso managed Sabu in ECW. He also managed Sabu and Rob Van Dam to the tag team titles there.
Here we go. History is going to be made here at Ballpark Brawl 3. As we've got Teddy Hart, AJ Styles, and Sabu competing in a TLC tables, ladders, and chairs match for Teddy Hart's newly won natural heavyweight title.
Well, I was going to say it could be one of the shortest title reigns in history, but we have seen shorter. You know, Andre the Giant with about a 2-minute title reign before he sold the belt to Ted DiBiase. Still makes me sick. I guess DiBiase had a lot of money.
I'm not too worried about Fonzie purchasing anything, let alone a championship belt. Here we go! All three men! And now AJ Styles goes after Sabu, and now Teddy Hart and Styles are going to lock it up. AJ Styles goes behind on Hart, but catches Hart with an elbow. Now Hart with an arm drag. Now AJ Styles with an arm drag of his own. And now Sabu catches both men with a clothesline.
It's hard to believe I'm saying this, guy, but Sabu is the veteran in this match.
Now Sabu stops Teddy Hart out of the ring. Now catches AJ Styles with that taped fist. Throws him in, leaves his feet with a lariat. Beal throws him out of the corner. Cover. Now again, with those right hands to the side of the face of AJ Styles. Sabu with a boot. Goes to whip Styles, but Styles reverses. And now Teddy Hart on the outside grabs onto the leg of Sabu, stopping his frontward momentum as he catches Teddy Hart with a right hand on the outside.
Well, Teddy Hart paid the price, but actually a smart move by Teddy Hart. Now this is a triple threat match, correct?
Correct.
So it is not an elimination match. I'm guessing what I'm saying is that, is it possible Teddy Hart could lose the title without being pinned?
Very true. You can see Teddy Hart.
Baseball slide in the baseball park.
AJ Styles, oh, there goes Teddy Hart right into that ring barrier on the outside. Teddy Hart was examining his eye when AJ Styles jumped out of there and just introduced him to the outside ring barrier. Now you can see Sabu and Fonzie talking over their game plan. AJ Styles holding up Hart. Oh!
Beautiful standing suplex to the cover.
Oh, but Sabu breaks up with a leg drop.
Smart move. That's Sabu with the cover.
Now
into that camel clutch?
Now into that camel clutch. But now Styles pulling on the back of the neck of Sabu, stretching that neck from the shoulders. He's not able to hang on to that camel clutch. And now Teddy Hart. He's got a grasp on AJ Styles, and all three men are just stretching each other's necks out.
It's a triple camel clutch.
Oh!
Triple jaw jacker.
All three men delivering a neck breaker onto each other. Now Sabu makes the cover on Teddy Hart. Referee Matt Young, but now Hart covers up Styles, but Styles gets over to the ring ropes. You can see AJ Styles on the outside. Teddy Hart, oh! Teddy Hart from the top rope using his body as a battering ram.
Teddy goes airborne.
Catching AJ Styles.
Oh, Sabu is a chair.
We've seen this before. Sabu up on the chair on the top rope. Oh, as he crashes down on both AJ Styles and Teddy Hart.
Triple jump by Sabu. Amazing. And the TLC match, Sabu can use a chair in ways that are unimaginable to most people, Scotty Bender. Most of these fat, overweight fans at ringside just use the chairs to sit on. Sabu can use it as an offensive weapon.
Now Hart again to the top. Oh, moonsault now catches Sabu, but misses AJ Styles.
I think all three men have realized a pinfall can come out of nowhere. They can't leave anything behind. They can't leave anything to take. What's that to the left of our screen?
We got a table being introduced. We got a chair, now a table. Bill Alfonso setting up the table, but there goes Styles. Oh, right to the outside. Right to the outside.
A running somersault splash, and Sabu is taking a beating, ladies and gentlemen.
Right on top of the head and the back of the neck. Go the legs of Styles onto Sabu. like a Scud missile out of the sky. And now it looks like Styles is setting up Sabu. Excuse me, Teddy Hart. Now Teddy Hart reverses. He goes behind. Now Styles goes behind with a waistlock. Sabu trying to make his way into the ring. Styles, oh, German suplex into a pinning combination. Only a 2 count. But now Sabu covered Teddy Hart, but unable to hold him down for the 3.
Again, Sabu, the opportunist, and a
Now
chair.
go. Pie faces him with the chair. Oh, now again takes the chair and pie faces Teddy Hart. Now dragging over. Teddy Hart does Sabu, but oh, the chairs get kicked away by Styles. Rolls up Sabu to a Boston Crab. But there's Teddy Hart. Oh, he just drives a knee right into the face of AJ Styles as it was exposed as he was applying that Boston Crab to Sabu.
Georgia Crab, but anyway, you're right. Good move by Styles. But you're not going to have time to lock in any submission hold in this match because you're going to have the other wrestler on top trying to break it up. You got to go for the quick pinfall. Submissions just ain't going to cut it here.
Now Styles with those forearms, those rapid fire forearms to the face of Hart, but now Sabu steps in and Irish whips Teddy Hart across the way, and now just catches him, rabbit punches him right in the back of the head. Sabu whips Styles face first into the turnbuckle. Oh, that just crushes him with a clothesline. Now covers Teddy Hart. 2 count.
You see what I mean, Bender? Sabu is using every pinning opportunity. In a type of match like this, you got to go for it.
The veteran.
He is the veteran. And with Fonzie behind him, he's even more dangerous.
Now the Jugman tie armbar trying to be applied by Sabu. Oh, there goes Teddy Hart out, moonsault right on top of Sabu, but AJ Styles breaks it up.
You know, they're going to have to incapacitate one of these wrestlers, get them out of the ring.
Now Sabu again with that chair. Oh, right to the back of Teddy Hart. As Styles had him in a front chancery. Oh! Brainbuster. Now Sabu makes the cover.
Again, Sabu taking the pinning opportunity.
Now Sabu being dragged over and out of the ring by AJ Styles.
I don't know. Do falls count anywhere in the TLC match?
I don't know in this particular match. I don't believe so. I believe you got to pin your man in the 4 corners of the ring, within the 4 corners of the ring. And now Sabu trying to administer some punishment to Styles on the table on the outside, but Teddy Hart breaks it up. Now Teddy Hart across the way, rubs under with a head of steam. Oh, and leg Larried in the corner. Now Sabu's on his back in the corner, and AJ Styles trying to get up to the ring apron. Teddy Hart takes a wild swing at Styles, now boots him in the midsection. You can see Sabu laying prone in the corner.
Can we see a triple bypass?
Oh! That shooting star press.
Well, Sabu rolled near the ropes, and just enough movement so that Teddy Hart missed it. And what? AJ's going to use the chair as a weapon on Teddy Hart.
Teddy Hart hitting that triple bypass, but not enough time to enjoy it. Oh, as he gets dropped right on his head on that chair, but Sabu's there to bring up the count out with a leg drop. I almost thought we saw a new champion in AJ Styles. Now, oh, the innovator with that chair is he takes that leg drop. Oh, did you see the snap?
I saw the snap. And I saw that Arabian face buster by Sabu. Again, nobody uses the chair in more innovative ways than Sabu.
Sabu covering both men, making sure.
Well, that's one way.
No stone left unturned. Now you can see all 3 men trying to get to their vertical base. You can see Bill Alfonso cheering on Sabu, who's trying to make Teddy Hart submit.
And if you've ever been there ringside, fans, the only thing more annoying than Jimmy Hart on the megaphone is Bill Alfonso with the whistle.
Now Styles focusing to get his attack again onto Teddy Hart. But Teddy Hart reverses the situation. Oh! Inverted DDT! Oh, he hits an inverted DDT on Teddy Hart and a regular DDT on the Sabu as he covers both men too! Oh!
I thought he had it.
You can see, oh my God.
And again, stereotypes in wrestling. We talk about AJ Styles as a high flyer. You saw the strength there. A double DDT on both of his opponents.
Now Sabu kick to the midsection, DDT on the Styles. Now again using that chair. He steps over Styles, up to the chair, to the top rope, back moonsault, oh, right on top of Styles.
Triple jump moonsault. Can he go for the cover? No, Teddy Hart takes advantage.
Oh! Teddy Hart almost retaining his title. You can see Sabu using that chair to get up to the top rope.
And what an ominous shot by our production crew. The trophy right in front of the 3 gladiators going at it.
Now Hart, it's going to be his turn. Double split-legged moonsault off the top rope. And you two again. Near falls being exchanged at a fast pace here. Now Teddy Hart catches Sabu with the right hand. Sabu down on one knee. Crouches Teddy Hart on the top turnbuckle. Now going up. Sabu losing his balance. It's Teddy Hart trying to fight him up and finally does with the right hand. Now Sabu on his back. It's the shooting star press. Triple bypass. 2-0.
I can't believe he rolled out, but the execution, flawless execution by Teddy Hart. It just wasn't enough to pin him.
Now Styles with that ladder goes rushing in. Oh, it just crushes Sabu. Oh, now hits Teddy Hart with that ladder. Now hoisting the ladder in the air.
Perfectly legal in this match. Perfectly legal.
Styles setting up that ladder in the corner. Couple right hands, stagger back. Sabu. Now goes to whip Sabu into the ladder, but Sabu reverses and Styles goes back first into that ladder. Now Sabu sets a chair up. He's going to follow up. Up and oh! Right into the corner. Air Sabu.
Teddy Hart seizing the advantage.
Sees an opportunity. High cross body block from the top. Referee Matt Young. Unable to make the count as Teddy Hart, you can see, grasping that knee. Wow, what impact that ladder had on the back of AJ Styles. Styles back up again, Insegiri. Styles showing no effect from going into that ladder.
Styles clash, baby!
Oh, right to the bridge of the nose.
No Styles clash there.
Gotta believe if he would have hit that, we could be seeing a new champion. Now Sabu making the cover, but he looks like he might be a little too close to the ropes as Styles is able to.
Well, he wasn't too close, but he was underneath it. He grabbed the rope.
Sabu whips Styles in, but Styles rearranging the dental work with that Axe Bomber lariat on the Sabu.
You're right, Sabu's teeth may end up as bad as Alfonso's after that one.
And there goes Teddy Hart between the ropes. Rolling onto that table that's been set up by Fonzie, Bill Alfonso, the manager in this match of Sabu.
And Teddy, that's not a safe place to be right now.
Alfonso now putting his 2 cents in as he goes after Styles. Oh, and now Sabu catches Styles. Knocks him out of the ring apron. Oh, my God. Sabu right through the table as Teddy Hart was able to thwart danger. Sabu gets caught up on that top rope and goes to the table.
Suicidal maniac indeed. I mean, Teddy Hart used every second he could have. If Sabu did not get caught on that top rope, Teddy Hart would have been part of the furniture on the infield here at Dunn Tire Park.
Sabu's out on the table on the outside. Now it's just Teddy Hart and AJ Styles in this match. Sabu needs to get back in there. And now Hart, with those rabbit punches to the midsection into the side of the head of Styles, could be setting him up for high-risk maneuver. Oh, he goes for top rope hurricanrana. Styles almost put the Styles Clash down now. Trying to apply his finisher. Oh, he hits the Styles Clash. Roll it up, Teddy Hart. 1, 2, 3, it's over. It's over. AJ Styles, your winner and new natural heavyweight champion.
Your winner and the new natural heavyweight champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles, overcoming both Sabu and Teddy Hart to win the natural heavyweight championship right here at Ballpark Brawl 3.
Scotty Bender, Teddy Hart, a lot of bravado, maybe too much machismo. He should not have taken the challenge that AJ Styles threw out here. A mistake since he wrestled twice in one night. Still, you got to give credit to all three competitors. A brutal match. As it turned out, Scotty Bender, this was Sabu's last wrestling match of 2004. A staph infection problem, which really didn't result from anything in this match. It's just a cumulative thing. Kept him out of action for quite a few months after this. Still a very good effort by all three men. They did Ballpark Brawl. Very proud.
Again, AJ Styles, your new natural heavyweight champion.
And Fonzie was there too.
We appreciate the support, and I want to give it up for AJ Styles, Bill Alfonso, Sabu, and Teddy Hart, and all the wrestlers who performed for you all tonight. We will see you next year at the Brawl!
Everybody knows Tom Gallo. He knows radio and TV. And I'm with one of the top stars of radio right here with me right now. From Z103, Dave Blezard. Welcome to the Ballpark Brawl.
Hey, Tom. It's amazing to be here. I'm very, very glad that I got the opportunity to come down and check out the Bisons again. Another amazing game today. And I'm just stoked. You know, Jimmy Hart made a challenge to me, and I'm excited to continue this.
You know what? Jimmy Hart, you never know what's up his sleeve, and he says he might have a surprise for you. Does that intimidate you a little bit? Because I hear it's a big surprise.
Well, let's be honest. You don't come to Buffalo without a surprise in your pocket for yourself. You know what I mean? Jimmy Hart can have any surprise he wants. I've got my own as well. So, Jimmy, I'm ready for you. It's going to be big. We got people from Buffalo, and you know what? Hang on one second here.
The cell phone going off.
Yeah. Yeah, in Buffalo. Yeah, look at this. Okay, I got to go. We got people from Toronto, Canada coming all the way down to Buffalo to check this out. Tonight, Jimmy Hart, Dave Blezard. It's going to be the match of the century.
Z103 being represented right here at the Ballpark Brawl. Hopefully he can survive. We'll be back to ringside in just 1 second.
Woo! Well, once again, Jimmy Hart is undefeated here fighting DJs, and I'm going to prove once again tonight when I fight this jabroni from Toronto Station over there at Z103.5. I'm going to show you once again why I'm the greatest manager in the history of professional wrestling, baby.
Can't underestimate the cunning and experience of the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. He's seen it all, he's done it all, and he's been there twice.
Dave Blezard Pearl Harboring Jimmy Hart as Jimmy Hart was getting some words from Abyss.
As I just said, Scotty Bender, Jimmy Hart has no ring savvy whatsoever. He's never seen it, he's never done it. He could easily be surprised by this Dave Blezard.
Now he's being choked out by Dave Blezard, and now Abyss making his way to the ring. And a low blow by Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart, low blow.
As I said before, the experience of Jimmy Hart, he'll never be sucker punched by anybody.
Jimmy Hart goes downtown with a low blow, catching Dave Blezard now with those kicks to the rib cage, those stiff kicks, I might add.
Actually, Abyss is doing a pretty good job as a manager so far. He distracted referee Irish Michael Shea and allowed Jimmy to get the low blow. What, is he using a whip, a belt? Shades of Hulk Hogan here.
Now Jimmy Hart making Dave Blezard his whipping boy as he is just taking that leather belt to the back of Toronto's Z103.
Wait,
DJ,
it's Johnny Puma!
Puma just punched Jimmy Hart off the ring apron.
It's payback for setting him up against the Anvil. Johnny Puma's had enough of Jimmy Hart. I guess the contract is nullified.
And now you can see Jimmy Hart is stunned and astonished that Puma would have the audacity to come out and do that. But now Dave Blezard's got that belt in his hand, and Jimmy Hart is running for his life. Just running around in a circle as Dave Blezard is catching Jimmy Hart with that leather belt. And now Jimmy Hart cowering in the corner, pleading to Dave Blezard. But I don't think he's going to get much sympathy from Dave Blezard. And now Abyss, unbeknownst to Dave Blezard, is standing from behind, and there he goes. He's got him up on his shoulders. We can be seeing that Argentine backbreaker. Oh, as he sits out and drops Dave Blezard right across those broad shoulders. And now it looks like it's just academic for Jimmy Hart, as all he's got to do is make that 3 count. Cover 1, 2, 3, and it's over. It is over, and Jimmy Hart is your winner of the DJ Challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Galley here with the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Back in Buffalo, Bret the Hitman Hart, the Ballpark Brawl 3. What an event. You had a good time, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been a great time here.
Buffalo, you've been here many times with your tours. What did you think about this time around?
My last professional wrestling match was in Buffalo.
Did you?
Yeah, against Kevin Nash on Nitro.
Yeah. Did you help him out in the match too? Because he can work stiff, I heard.
He was okay. You know, Kevin, actually me and Kevin used to work pretty well together.
Well, we remember the long run you had with his feud when he was Diesel in the WWF, which was a lot of fun.
When I won the title for the 3rd time, that was even though he lost the match, of course, it was still probably the best match he ever had.
I'll tell you, this is one of my personal favorite interviews to do because, Bret, you were one of my all-time favorites, and you still are with so many people. And we're so grateful to have you here in Buffalo and to be a part of this event, the Ballpark Brawl. And a lot of people, if they haven't kept up to date what you've been up to, you had a health issue that you had to deal with, and we just want to see how you're coming with that.
Well, I had a stroke a little over 2 years ago, full stroke. Not some people think it was a mild stroke or something, but it wasn't a mild stroke. It was I lost everything on my left side, but I'm standing here today. I've rebuilt myself over the last 2 years through some help of a lot of people, and I appreciate the fact that I had a lot of fans that said a lot of prayers for me and stuff like that. But I'm back, about as back to normal as I'm going to get.
Well, you got a lot of your family members here today, including a man who's really made an impact with the Ballpark Brawl, Teddy Hart. What are your thoughts on this guy? This guy is just phenomenal. He's really got over with the fans here in Buffalo.
Well, you know, there's some really great wrestlers on this show, and Teddy's just one of them, and another one is AJ Styles. I think pound for pound, they're the 2 best wrestlers in the world right now, pound for pound maybe. I'm just waiting to see where their careers go.
Well, you know what, Bret, you had an interesting comment I had to pull up about the WWE Heavyweight Champion Chris Benoit, and you talked about how Benoit holding the championship sort of makes the WWE maybe go back to the way it used to be as far as wrestling, as he's such a technically sound. Do you really think they've turned a corner?
I don't know, but if anybody can turn that corner, it'd be Chris Benoit. You know, the WWE's got some really, you know, they got some great wrestlers. I was sad to see Brock Lesnar hang up his boots, and hopefully someday maybe he'll venture back. I thought he was a great wrestler, and I enjoyed watching him just as a prospect, or as a what my dad would call a specimen in wrestling. He was a great specimen. Kurt Angle is another guy that I think brings all the best things to wrestling.
You know, are you not happy, Bret, with your legacy, or would you be okay if you never, put on the boots again?
Oh well, first of all, I'm never going to put boots on again. So there's no way around that. That's a done deal kind of thing. But I don't think it's fair to say I walk around bitter about what happened. I just don't forget it, and I don't think fans forget it. And I think how I conducted myself that day and how I've conducted myself throughout my career. I've always had my head up, and if there was a reason or a way that I could take a step back and go back into wrestling and keep my head up. I mean, I've never fancied the idea of being a manager or being an announcer or a commissioner. I think people are happy with the memory of me being a wrestler, and if I can't do something along those lines or do something significant in wrestling, then I think those other B roles are sort of demeaning.
Well, we know your history and your classic matches with many people. You mentioned Kevin Nash earlier. And, of course, the long feud you had with Shawn Michaels and proved to be some incredible matches, especially the Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12.
I doubt it. I mean, my feeling is wrestling's a lot of it's about trust. And it's hard to do business with people that have no integrity. And that's the bottom line there. You know, I'm somebody that takes pride in his integrity. And so, I mean, the idea of wrestling Shawn, I mean, Shawn and me had some great matches. I mean, I think he was one of the greatest athletes I ever worked with in the ring. But I know he's, you know, born-again Christian now, but, you know, that doesn't make him a good person either. You know, to tag yourself with a I think there's a tagline to some of that stuff. Well, you know, I'm Vince McMahon. He called me up when I had my stroke, and we're on relatively decent speaking terms, and we'll just see where it progresses. Right now, there's no indication or plans for me to ever surface in the WWE, and you know, we'll just have to see what happens. I'd like to be remembered for what I contributed in wrestling, and hopefully the WWE will work out something with me that is suitable for me to. I would love to go back and you know, do something that was significant in wrestling, like even be inducted into a Hall of Fame, or there's a lot of talk right now about a DVD that would you know, would have all my best matches throughout my career, and including maybe even my Stampede days. And I would like to be part of that, but I don't want to. I wouldn't want to be too premature and say that that's a given, that it's going to happen. That we have to see. I think if we just have to see where things progress between here and now, or then in the future. I don't know. I mean, I mean, I'm happy being away from wrestling, and I don't miss you know, all the road and the hotel. You know, when you do like I did, when you live in a hotel for 23 years, 300 days a year, and then you finally can escape. I feel like a little bit like that movie Shawshank Redemption. I've gone home. I'm actually sanding the boat on. You know, it's like, well, we want you to come back to the prison, and you know, all you have to do is be a jail guard and walk around with the keys. Or I don't really look forward to that so much. Wrestling was a lot of hard work and a lot of days on the road, hotels, hotel food. But I do miss the fans, and I miss some of the wrestlers that I used to. You know, they were like family, and a lot of them. And so I mean, there's maybe something I could do someday, but the likelihood of me coming back and playing any kind of a major role in wrestling is probably pretty far.
Well, Brett, you know you're always welcome in Buffalo. On behalf of all the fans that have loved you throughout the years and welcome you here in Buffalo, I just want to say thank you for being here, and we hope to see you again.
On. Teddy has the mic. This will be interesting.
Thank you, Buffalo. You guys are always going to be in my heart. The doctors said I wouldn't be here. But I told Buffalo to bring a friend. And I'm here, guys. I'm 100% because of your prayers and your cheers. It looks like the net is repaired. And you guys might need a repeat of what happened last time. If I hear the noise, I climb. What's my name? And I love you guys more than any other wrestler on earth. And the heights I climb and the balls I have prove it, because you spend your money, your hard-earned money, to watch professional wrestling. Professional wrestling without Ted Hart sucks.
Never at a loss for words is Teddy Hart. Never know what to expect. It's like rolling the dice, Ivan. He calls it like he sees it, Scotty.
I'm going to cut it off, guys. I want each and every one of you to know, individually, one by one, I go out there and I try to die for you. And if I die in the ring, I'm the only one that can say so. I won't be alone in heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, Teddy Hart. Ted Hart doesn't exist without you guys. So thank you.
Teddy Hart a little winded, having trouble addressing the crowd after that exciting encounter against Bulldog Harry Smith, the son of the late, great British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith.
I mean, it had to be the most, not just winning, but an emotional win. His first match outside of Alberta against Harry Smith, winning in front of his uncle. And Teddy, as we know, is an emotional guy, but what a match. And a term we toss about too often, two young lions. I can't overemphasize this enough, Scotty. This is like almost you're seeing a glimpse into a new chapter in pro wrestling unfolding right here.
One thing's for sure is he'll definitely be back in Buffalo, New York to defend that title. So we haven't seen the last of Teddy Hart.
It means a lot to me, guys, that I get to spend a little time with Brett, or perhaps like, I got scared, I thought it was fans coming to. As I was saying, a lot of my family members are deceased, so it's unbelievable for me to spend a little bit of time with Bret Hart, my uncle, in front of Buffalo, my favorite fans on earth.
You don't hear too many people say that, Ivan.
Yeah, correct, Scotty.
And I want Buffalo to know.
Now Teddy Hart retrieving a sign from the fans. Brett is God. It's pretty damn close in my book. You see Bret Hart still at ringside signing autographs again for the great fans here at Ballpark Brawl 3 right here in Buffalo, New York.
And this sign. Well, as we know, some words have been exchanged between Ric Flair and Bret Hart, and we know where Teddy stands on this issue.
Definitely not right down the middle.
I guess you guys know how I feel about or whatever the hell it is. Guys, I'm making a challenge right here, right now. Because Buffalo is my future home. I'm moving down to Buffalo, guys. Mark my words, you'll see me as a resident of Buffalo. No bullshit. I'm moving down here.
Teddy Hart's moving to
It
Buffalo.
won't be full time, but a couple months of the year I'll be down here. But if I'm down here, don't you guys want to see me wrestle? Anytime, anywhere, I challenge anyone. Anyone. WWE guys included. If you could take this trophy from me, so be it. Come, anyone, open challenge.
Some bold statements being made by Teddy Hart.
Guys, I just want to leave you on a real thanks. No bullshit. Man to man, man to woman. You guys are the loudest fans I've ever wrestled in front of, and you make me do shit I can't ever think about doing for anyone else.
And then he had an accident.
It's all about you guys. God bless you. Thank you, Buffalo. God bless you. Thank you.